And hold on. We are here. We are no longer beginning in a moment. We're here.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to
part 2 after we are beginning our 4th hour of Stars in the House.
As we say, I am Hoda Kotb, and this is Kathy Lee, and we are drunk.
Look at that. Amazing timing that we have Jeremy Jordan, who just got on here, our first guest.
The amazing
noon hour.
So please welcome to Stars in the House, the lovely Texan himself, Jeremy Jordan.
Am I your first guest?
Well, for this, we began at 9 a.m. You're our first guest in this segment.
I feel bad because I'm fully late, and I'm so sorry.
No, you're not late at all, girl.
Your timing is perfect.
Yeah, actually, because we finished up with Fun Home on our last live stream. We've been here literally since 9 a.m. What time did you wake up? You have a baby.
Yeah, I've been up since like 7:30, so it's fine.
Is it?
That's basic. It's your normal when you wake up with a baby. That's actually pretty good with a baby.
Actually, that is good because 7:30 was more like when Julie was like 7 years old. 7:30 was normal.
Yeah, I think when she gets older, it's probably gonna start getting earlier, like when they stop sleeping for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Jeremy Jordan, are you doing a TV show right now? What's happening in your life?
I wish. No, I'm just hanging out at home and doing little side things here and there and waiting for Broadway to open up.
Well, you did the important thing, Jeremy. You guys voted.
Wait, there I am.
There you are.
Do you vote still in Texas or are you New Jersey?
No, we're in Jersey. That funny thing about that picture is I posted it before blocking out the address.
Okay, we won't show that again.
No, now he's blocked it out.
Oh, now you blocked it
out. How many visitors did you get to your house?
None, but I was expecting at least like a few gifts.
You got to cut. Wait, so no, you said you're waiting for Broadway to reopen, but the reality is you were doing off Broadway when the shutdown happened. What was your trajectory in Little Shop? Where were you in Little Shop of Horrors?
I think I was 4 days away from my first performance.
Oh my!
I was actually in my final rehearsal before the put-in, and we finished Act 1, and Michael Mayer told everybody to go home, and then we never came back.
Oh my god! Did you ever get your dressing room stuff?
No. I think they still had a few more shows before I was going in. So
when theater comes back, you think you'll go back to Little Shop? I guess it depends on what the hell else is happening.
Yeah, I mean, listen, as far as I know, we're still hoping to jump back into the show, and luckily it's not like a super expensive show, and it's I just don't know, whenever things open back up and how they open up. But I think everybody is still on board for starting it up whenever that is. So
you're about to open. Were you one of those actors that you've been practicing your lines every day so you don't forget them?
Absolutely not.
Just want to make sure. Okay, I'm going to show this.
Remember when we did our concert and I sang "Grow for Me" for you? I was fully looking at the lyrics.
Well, you know what? Let's see.
So happens, Jeremy.
I literally had that clip. This is from, because I do this concert series, no joke. And by the way, Jeremy's promising to come back to it, but I do the Seth concert series. I do the Seth concert series every Sunday night, and this has been Jeremy was in it, singing a song from Little Shop of Horrors. He never got to do it off Broadway, but he did get to do it with me. Jeremy, your hair is so short. Let's watch you do it. Read the lyrics. Anywho, here's Little Seymour.
Very sad.
Oh, good luck.
I've given you sunshine. I've given you dirt. You've given me nothing but heartache and hurt. I'm begging you sweetly. I'm down on my knees. Oh, please grow for me. I've given you plant food and water to sip. I've given you potash, you've given me a zip. Oh God, how I miss how you tease. Now please grow.
Oh my God! Hold on.
wait.
I'm gonna go back to it in 1 second. I was just
I
checking
was just
something.
about to eat my protein bar while I'm watching, and
Okay.
all of a sudden,
One,
it disappeared.
2, 3. Ignore that. Concert clips. Okay, one more time. Jeremy Jordan, hit it. Anywho, here's little Seymour.
Very sad. Oh,
Good luck.
I've given you sunshine. I've given you dirt. You've given me nothing but heartache and hurt. I'm begging you sweetly. I'm down on my knees. Oh, please grow for me. I've given you plant food and water to sip. I've given you potash. You've given me a zip. Oh God, how I missed you. Oh, how you tease. Now please grow for me. I've given you southern exposure to get you to thrive. I've pinched you back hard like I'm supposed to. You're barely alive. I've tried you at levels of moisture from desert to mud. I've given you grow lights and mineral supplements. What do you want from me, blood? Ow! Damn, Rose. Damn, don't hurt. Clumsy me. Hey, Tui, look what I did. Oh, hey. You opened up. Well, I wonder what made you do that. I think I know what made you do that. Okay, well, I guess a few drops couldn't hurt as long as you don't make a habit out of it or anything. I've given you sunlight. I've given you rain. Looks like you're not happy unless I open a vein. I'll give you a few drops. If that'll appease. Now please, oh please grow for me.
Here's a big finish. Grow for. That's scary.
It's the only puppet I had.
You know what? It did the trick.
It sings Old MacDonald. Oh, that's Frere Jacques. It doesn't work very well.
Is that Ashley?
Oh, you gotta go.
Hold on, sorry.
Right there.
Jeremy, sorry about that. I don't know what.
That is ridiculous.
You sounded great though. Marcia Cross was watching this whole time and loving it.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's
Jeremy, great
What
seeing
happened
you.
at the beginning? There was like some weird distortion at the beginning.
My piano playing. Say hi to Ashley. Oh, by the way,
Where's this?
I have an echo, but read your comment.
I'm totally obsessed with the Killer Party and Jeremy's Big Cat song, Heart Face. Thanks.
And
Question for Jeremy: is Spinning Gold wrapped filming, and was it like working with Samuel L. Jackson? Thanks. No, we kind of got halfway through, and we're still hoping to finish. And I never got around to working with Samuel L. Jackson.
There you go.
oh my God, we just broke our ring light. Jeremy, you're bad luck. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Say hi to
Thanks
Ash.
for what you guys are doing, and yeah, love y'all.
Back at you, lady. Why do I hear Seth twice? That's because Jeremy, we didn't really tech and it was coming out twice, but now there won't be. Yes. Yeah, we couldn't tech. echo on my end. No, it's on Jeremy's end. Can I not take the blame for his bad tech? All right. So we're gonna bring in one of our favorite redheads, not Lucille Ball, but the lovely Miss Marcia Cross.
Hi, you guys. Good morning. Oh my God, what a day.
Hi, Marcia.
Hi, Marcia.
How are you feeling today? Hopeful and nervous, or like, what's your take?
Yeah, terrified, I would say. Absolutely terrified and hopeful and terrified. But really, that musical theater stuff just totally distracts me. So should I just change the subject right now and say that, my dream, I've told you guys this, was to be a musical theater star. And I almost went to Syracuse University for musical theater, and I would have been in Vanessa's class. Vanessa, because it was the same year. And in my audition I'm just yakking away because what coffee just hit. There's my. And so I was at my Juilliard audition, and they said, will you sing us a song, right? Well, I have a terrible voice, but I started singing. I could have danced all night. I mean, is there a harder song to sing? Danced all night. And I belted that sucker, and I hit so many wrong notes because I know it's bad, but I was committed. And looking out the window, there's a tiny little window, and there's this is in the callback. So there's 30, teachers, just sitting there and I do this whole thing and I sing, and then at the end I just go, oh my God. And they laughed so hard. They were tears were coming down their cheeks. So that's how I always think that I got into Juilliard, was my ambition to be a musical theater star, and knowing that I really can't sing. So anyway, when I visit you guys, I'm always blown away by the talent that you and all of your guests. So anyway, thank you.
Marcia Cross, I love that you went to Juilliard, and we think you're such a brilliant actress, because, by the way, Brie Vanderkamp is so nothing like you. Now that we know you, because we just thought you were Brie Vanderkamp, and then we got to work with you, and we're like, you're such a brilliant actress. So
by the way, Seth, because look, this Brad says, I remember you on One Life to Live. That was the time. There was several years that I was watching One Life to Live and General Hospital, and I totally remember you on One Life to Live. So I knew her work.
So when you go to a training program like Juilliard for 4 years, I don't know. I'm one of those either you know how to act or you don't. But it's obviously not true. What do you think you actually learned from going to Juilliard?
Oh my God, I learned so much. I mean, it's such an incredible program. I really do believe, and they said this then, and it's really annoying because I was 18. I was one of the younger students, and they say you won't really learn how to act until you get older. So you're but they teach you everything: voice, speech, just really an incredible, literature, everything. But really, when I really learned to act was when I went to an acting teacher named Roy London, who many people know, and he passed away quite a long time ago now. But he really made me click into my heart, and I feel like that's when everything changed in a different way for me. I still
what
think
does that mean?
Act, but well, I didn't know it at the time, but he had AIDS, so that it was way back then, but none of us knew it. And he always said, you never do a scene just to do a scene. You do a scene to, sort of play something out in your life that you've never gotten to play out. So in other words, he connected it with the most deepest part of yourself. So it was never like a light choice. It was the highest stakes. And I remember when I was on Melrose Place, I would sit there in my dressing room and I was like, okay, it's Scorsese's directing. And I would dig deep into my soul and I would beg this, and I always connected and made it the most personal, the deepest, because what he was saying was your life is on the line in a way. And that's what art's about, right? If you don't put that into it, then why are you asking people to watch? It's I don't know. I mean, I know that sounds kind of hokey, but for me, that's what works. If I'm not connected, then it doesn't work. So it has to all be aligned, and I have a lot of range in there. So,
No, but I mean, my God, Melrose, I'm going to show, because what we love about Desperate Housewives is, and actually sort of like Melrose, is that there's such amazing plot, but there's also weird comedy at the same time. This is when you were mortified your daughter had a baby, so you went through a fake pregnancy to pretend that you were going to give birth to the baby, and you had this crazy fake belly, and there was a mishap at a barbecue. Let's enjoy.
Oh my God. Okay.
I mean, it's one thing to forgive bad behavior. It's another thing to reward it. There are consequences for her mistakes.
Free! Oh my God! Are you all right?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You're bleeding.
No, it's just it's a little barbecue sauce.
Where is Catherine's husband? He's a doctor.
She's fine.
Adam! Get over here right now! He got stabbed in the belly.
Oh my God, are you all right? Let me take a look.
No, it's nothing.
Yeah, we were just.
Okay.
Oh, I love
Wait, there's
Kyle.
more.
All those actors so much. Kyle.
There's more. This is when you go. This is when you try to show how fake it is,
Yes,
and it's
I love-
crazy.
This is what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just teasing Ida. It's something we do. Look, it's a trick, a barbecue fork. We got it at a magic shop. See?
Oh.
Retractable.
Oh, my baby.
Wow. It's quite a trick. Hey, let's go freak out Mrs. McCluskey. Huh?
He's such a scamp.
I would never have remembered that if you guys didn't show me. It's so weird, like to go like, oh, I did that. Like, wow. And it's so odd. One day I'll watch the show with my kids or something, but it's been a while and I didn't really watch much at the time because it doesn't sort of work for me to have that outside view all the time. I know some people appreciate it, but oh my God. Yeah, that was great. But at the time, I'm sure I would have just seen everything that was wrong with everything I did wrong. You need that like lots of years to forget what you didn't get right or you think you messed up. So thank you for showing that to me.
It's so-
I love Kyle so much. So
I love my baby. It's so funny.
oh, it was a great part. It was a great part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what a great show. All right, so are we bringing on, what are we doing for the next guest? 'Cause we have our next guest. Oh, I think, although wait, Joel, you here? Because your
Let's see.
screen is gone. I don't know if Joel is here yet. Oh, there he is. All right, so we're going to bring on another guest. What are we doing?
Marcia, because I feel like you might want to say hi to this next
Because you're a musical theater fan.
person. Yeah. So please welcome Joel Gray.
Oh my God. Hi.
Hi,
Wow.
everybody. I'm a Yankee Doodle Man. Yeah.
George M. himself.
What? How are you, young man?
George, well, he had to just go silence our dogs. Joel Gray, it's so great to see you. Marcia, we had a birthday party for Joel Gray. He just turned, it was your 88th birthday party?
Shut the fuck up.
60 for still got a foul mouth. Marcia, have you ever seen Joel Gray perform live in a musical?
Not live. Not live.
But you've
Never
seen
had that.
Cabaret.
Maybe dead.
But I've certainly seen you perform many times on camera. So, and I'm a huge
Hi. Nice
What
to
a
meet you.
nice to meet you too.
This jacket that I'm wearing, I wore on Liberty Weekend for the 4th of July on Liberty Island with the Statue of Liberty behind me. Take a look at this.
Wow.
Whoa, that is bedazzled.
Yes.
And it was designed by the great designer Willa Kim.
We did Grease together. Wow, it is so great, Joel Gray. Hey, where's your lovely daughter Jennifer, who was at your birthday party?
I mean, she's quarantined. Just
Oh,
like
she's in
everybody.
LA, right?
Yeah.
Probably down the street from me.
Oh wow,
Oh,
look.
really?
Speaking of
Oh,
Joel and Jennifer, look how beautiful that is. Hey, I want to show this clip. Joel Gray, I was investigating clips and I found this clip I've never seen before. This is when you were literally a teenager. And Joel's always sort of hauling out I don't know how to dance. I don't know where you pretend you don't dance when you're an amazing dancer. I think you're 19 years old here. And I don't know, you must have had oxygen off stage. This is just 30 seconds, but I was winded watching this. This is the lovely 19-year-old Joel Gray. Enjoy.
And we dance the night away.
Wow.
No, I had no idea what I was doing. None.
What?
I had never had a dance lesson, a singing lesson, nothing. I was just terrified. It was called a terrified dance.
But so much natural talent.
Yeah,
Marcia,
raw
what do
talent.
you feel when you watch that, Marcia?
I just feel in utter awe. Like I just want to, I mean, it's brilliant. What do you mean you didn't know what you were doing? You were like, it's incredible.
Terrified. Those terrified steps.
Well, it worked. Terror can work.
Joe Gray, where do you keep your Tony and your Oscar?
Right over there. In the window.
What does it feel like to actually have those awards? Because everyone dreams of having it, but when you actually have it, what does it feel like?
Nice. Nice. Pleasant.
Yeah.
Cozy.
Joel, where did you vote this year? Did you do early voting? Did you do absentee? What did you do this year?
I early voted, yeah.
You did early voting? And what about you, Marcia, in California? Did you?
I did early because 4 years ago I went early. There was a 5-hour line. I went the next day. There was like a 7-hour line. And so I had a flight to New York and I pushed my flight so that I could vote at my polling station. So I didn't want to go through that again. And since we all got absentee ballots, I voted by mail.
Got it.
And here you are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cute.
Canvassing day. That was the day I was out with my husband canvassing. Yeah.
I love that. How come you're so civic minded and social justice minded, Marcia?
Wow. I think there's something about growing up with this belief that, the world was good and that we were all to love one another. And I'm not religious, but that, I really believe that in my heart. So I have some fierce pain about injustice. And I really, if you said, what could I do for my life? It would be to raise the consciousness of the planet and have it be, I woke up and I thought maybe we can get back to loving one another and taking care of the planet and taking care of each other. We're on the wrong path. We have so much that we need to do.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with all this horrible stuff. And that pains me terribly. I could weep, obviously. So I don't know. It's deep in me. My parents, who knows? It's just there.
You actually walk the walk. That's what I like. Because a lot of people complain, but you actually, you canvass. When you show up, when you canvass at someone's door, are they like, Bree? Don't they recognize you?
Sometimes. I was actually terrified. My husband's much braver than I am, but I just all right, I'm coming. I'll do it. No, it's great actually to talk to people face to face. I really like that because that's the connection. No, the only time I scared people was years ago. I worked in the AIDS ward at Cedars-Sinai very early on, and I was I was just there volunteering. And sometimes guys would be like, ah! And I say, no, it's okay. And those would be really funny,
Because of Melrose.
Yeah, because of Melrose, and I was crazy. So they'd see me in their room, I'd say, no, I'm just a volunteer. And it was actually.
You can't play a psychotic character and then show up in a sick person's room and not expect them to be scared of you.
They wound up liking me once they realized,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Joel Gray, speaking of AIDS, you've always been at the forefront. My God, the normal heart. What does it feel like to? What I want to say is, did you know you were doing something historic back in the 80s, or was it just another play? And now you look back and you go, "Oh my God, that was historic."
It was a lifelong form that made me so political, and before I wasn't. I just wanted to sing and dance and act.
Mm.
And being in that play changed my life. And telling that story and then getting to tell it again.
That revival was so
10
beautiful.
years later, when people were a little more comfortable with the horror of it.
Right.
And they could hear the music and hear the hearts that were broken. Because they weren't so terrified of the newness, of the strangeness, and the horror.
But it's interesting you say you weren't political because really the character of the MC in Cabaret, though, I feel that show is extremely political. What did you feel like when you were playing that?
Well, let's face it, I'm really political.
There he goes.
Oh, no. No, I mean, I guess I'm interested in things that are about people's lives and feelings and fears and joys. I mean, I'm curious about the human spirit.
You know, we're talking about playing a psychotic character, and definitely, the MC, he's kind of evil. I mean, did you enjoy playing such a nefarious person?
Yeah, because I wanted to make it clear how evil he was.
Even though we love his singing and his dancing. I mean, is that sort of the point, the juxtaposition of someone that we're drawn to, but that actually is evil?
Truly evil.
God, look at that. How did you choose that bizarre makeup scheme? How did you choose that makeup scheme?
Hal Prince and I talked about this character that he had seen in Germany when he was in the army. And he was I think, if I remember, he was a very short person, much shorter than I.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Which was kind of nice. Anyway, and he wore ladies' makeup and stuff, but I thought that he was not homosexual. He was anisexual. He was totally evil, ready to do anything to survive.
And he does.
Lipstick.
So creepy, man. All right, well, the two of you, so wonderful to see you both.
Were you thinking about putting on lipstick?
I'm evil without the lipstick. Once the lipstick goes on, then
all bets are off.
Sweet.
Talk
Is
privately.
that true, James?
It's the opposite. Cut. Thank you, Joe Gray. Always so lovely. Thank you, Marcia Cross.
Thank you.
Always can be. Bye, guys. Nice jacket. Bye, Marcia. We love you. Bye,
Marcia,
Joe.
hold on.
1 second, Marcia.
Marcia.
Yes.
We're gonna call you after the show's over, when the election results start coming in.
Dear God, let's hope I can get off the floor.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
good.
Stay
we'll be your
safe.
Xanax.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Seth,
man. Okay.
We've got more voter photos. You want to
Yes.
see? And let me remind everyone. Of course, we're doing this for the Actors Fund.
Yes.
And
And what about
let's
the
see.
posters?
That's what I'm gonna do right now. Where's the wonderful poster that Jonah Verdon made? There we go. I mean, it's going to change because, as we know, people come on that we didn't expect, and some people can't come on. But while we're waiting for our next guest,
Show some photos.
let's show some photos.
If you voted, send a nice photo.
Yeah, vote at starsinthehouse.com. Vote at starsinthehouse.com. Seth, while I'm showing photos, do you want to try to get the lighting together? Maybe turn that light on, or have you just given up?
I've given up.
I've-
I'm actually okay with it now because it
You're
doesn't
okay
have that
with it
weird.
now?
Doesn't have that pink haze anymore.
I know, but look at this light on here.
Oh, it's still crazy, but you know what?
It's still crazy.
It's been 8 months. I'm not going to learn today.
All right, so there we go.
But can we just show how sweet Mandy is?
Yes.
Can you see? Look how patient the entire show. She's just been.
Oh my God! You know what's happening?
The dogs are still outside.
The dogs are still outside. So here,
go get them. I'll show photos.
Start with Marla right
Okay,
there. That's
yeah,
where we.
I got it.
But just you know how to do for the name. Just
Yeah.
his name.
Watch out! Don't hit your head on that.
I will.
So, guys, if you have any photos of yourself since you voted, send them to vote@starsinthehouse.com. And also, by the way, that's also you can make a donation just at starsinthehouse.com. So here's Marla from St. Louis, and the story behind her is. Wait, what do I do? She's been a fan since the beginning. Thank you, Marcia. She voted. And Nicole from Florida. And she has a Chicago mask. Wait. Oh, how great is that? Look. He had it coming. He had it coming. I want some showbiz masks. Then we have Nora from our hometown, NYC. Don't forget, send in your voting photos. This is Patrick from Chicago, not the musical, the city. And speaking of Chicago, we have a great performer here who began in Chicago with his talented parent. I want to say, well, I know his mom performed. I don't know if both parents did. And of course, his sister's a brilliant Broadway star as well, Aisha. Please welcome two stars in the house. Now in our, what hour is this? Now in our 3.5 hour, the amazing Darius de Haas.
Hello.
Hi, Darius.
Hi, Seth.
James is getting the dogs. He left them outside by accident for a little while.
Oh, I understand about that.
I was going to say, you have a doggy. You and Kyle have a doggy, right?
We have 2 doggies now. We have Lulu and we have Tammy. 4-month-old Tammy and 5-year-old Lulu.
The doggies are getting me through this, man. Is it
I
like that for
know.
you?
I know. They love each other. They love each other. The pecking order is Tammy loves Lulu first, and then she loves Kyle, and then I'm trailing far behind. But as long as they are keeping each other entertained, it's all great.
It's really great to have more than one dog because they really do connect together. We have 4, and it's great. There's a whole who plays with who. She likes to be with us. Number one, Mandy.
Mhm.
That's Mandy in the background, and she'd rather just literally sleep next to us than play with the dogs. But she loves us. So Darius de Haas, I was telling people before that you are on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. You're the singing voice of Shy Baldwin. But before we get to that, you're originally from Chicago. Do you still vote in Chicago? Or are you voting in New York, or you're somewhere else?
I've been voting in New York for over 20 years now. So I vote up here in my district of Inwood at the tippy top of Manhattan. Even though I've been staying primarily since the pandemic, Kyle and I have been in Lambertville, New Jersey, but we did absentee ballot voting here in New York. So we voted early on. But yes, I'm originally from Chicago, and both my mother and father are performers. My father's jazz bassist, and my mother was a performer. She performed in a lot of theater, and
she was in Hair. Wasn't she in
did
Hair?
Hair with Andre D. Shields and Joe Mantegna.
Oh, I just love that. So you're on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. You were the Marnie Nixon. So Shy Baldwin is quote unquote singing, but it's your voice.
Yes.
And I've never done that. I mean, what is it like seeing someone else and your voice coming out of them? How surreal is that for you?
Well, because I was hired in tandem with Leroy McClain, the wonderful, brilliant actor who played Shy Baldwin on the show. I think he had been in the casting process for a while. I was hired over a weekend. So how great was that? So when I was officially hired, they had Leroy, who had been newly hired as well. We came together in the recording studio where the first thing I recorded was Younger Than Springtime. And they said, Leroy, if you have time, go over to the studio, get with Darius so you can, look at his mouth and his face and try to get all of that. So we had been working very close together from the beginning. And so by the time I saw it, and I was on set while he was actually filming. So, because I was a technical advisor for him. So I was always there. So it wasn't really that surreal for me because we had been working so closely, and it was sort of a really beautiful partnership. And I loved working with him and with Curtis Moore and Tom Miser, who wrote the original songs we did. So it was great.
Before we hear a song, when I was still in college, I was an intern at the Equity Library Theater doing a pajama game. The Gladys was so fabulous. Her name is Connie Baker, and she just said, Darius, I love you. So that's a Connie Baker comment to you.
Thank you, Connie Baker. Thank you. I see you right there. Look at your lovely face. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm getting a phone call, which is so rude because I'm doing my live stream right now. Hold on. So Darius Haas, you're going to create I sent you the track, one of the songs from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yes, and I hope that you all will be able to hear the music and pick it up a bit, because this is doing it as we can.
Yes, let's see what happens.
All right, let's see. You ready? Okay.
Yes, Queen.
The stars shine, your eyes catch mine, then your light is all I can see. Could there be one less angel in heaven? Count the one less angel in heaven. Must be one less angel in heaven, 'cause you're here smiling at me. Oh, the strings play, you move my way. I'm soaring now, I guarantee there must be one less angel in heaven. Don't tell one less angel in heaven. Must be one less angel in heaven. 'Cause look who's dancing with me. Oh, and now I'm scared. I'm scared to close my eyes and open them to find you flown away. I know that I should keep my feelings in disguise, but darling, there is something that I got to say. My baby, my angel, now please won't you stay? My heart stops, the music drops, the world falls away suddenly. Oh, one last angel in heaven. There was one less angel in heaven. My baby said, yes, I'm in heaven. My angel loves me. She said she loves me. Oh, that's heaven to me. Heaven to me. Woo! And vote.
And vote.
I love it. Darius, you sound just like the record. God, you sound great. All right, Darius, we love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for always helping the Actors Fund. We did the Dreamgirls concert together. We did a mini hair reunion. But we had so many stars. I'm gonna bring you on the next one because you and Paul Castry were so amazing in that hair.
What a piece of work, this man. And a quick shout out to my sister Aisha de Haas, who was a poll worker today at the Jacob Javits Center. She got up at 5 o'clock in the morning to work the polls.
I'm gonna text you right now to come on. Maybe
we
we should
get the break.
Yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning. So I think she's there maybe for a few more minutes, unless she's fallen out. But yeah, she worked the polls today. Her and Daniel Watts at the Jacob Javits Center. Yay!
Oh, I love it. Brava.
Brava.
Thank you, Darius. Say hi to Kyle. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Hi, Darius.
One last thing. I can't even mark those notes. They're so high. One last thing. How the hell does he hit those damn notes? Okay, what's next, honey?
Okay, so hold on. We have.
You told me to bring on Annie, right?
Yeah, bring on.
Okay, this is our poll worker, Miss Annie. Annie Rupertus.
Hi, Annie.
Hi, Annie. How old are you?
I'm 17.
Were you actually working polls?
Yep, I'm right in the back right now on my lunch break.
What city?
Philadelphia.
And how has the experience been for you? Like, what was your expectation, and then what has it been like today?
It's been really cool. I wasn't really sure what to expect because this is my first time being a poll worker. I was kind of thinking that it wouldn't be that busy since I know a lot of people in my neighborhood have already voted early, but it was crowded when I got here at like 5:45 and there was already a line down the block. People are really excited to vote, which is awesome.
People are excited to vote today?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. Oh my gosh. How did you hear about Poll Hero?
Instagram. One of my friends reposted one of Poll Hero's posts and I just thought it sounded really cool, so I decided to sign up.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Annie, so much. And enjoy the rest of your break. You'll need it. How late are you working today?
Well, I'm here. Polls close at 8, and then anyone who's still in line at that point is still allowed to vote. And then after that, we'll clean up, and then I go home.
Oh, you must be so tired.
Okay, you need your break, so go take it.
Go take a power nap.
Taking a minute with us.
Thank you, Annie.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, how wonderful you're doing this. Bye. Thank you for being so civic-minded. How lovely.
And we have someone else.
We have another poll worker, the lovely Olivia. Hi, Olivia.
Hi.
Hi. Where are you coming in from here?
I'm working today at Paws Farm in Mount Laurel, New Jersey.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Wow. And how did you get involved with, is this through Poll Hero, the Poll Hero project?
Yes. I was volunteering with the Poll Hero for the past couple months.
And we heard that you're like the final count was like 37,000 people signed up. Is that right? Does that sound about right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's about how many poll workers we were able to recruit.
Wow. And so I'll ask you the same thing. What was your expectation? And then what has been the actual experience? What has it felt like? What has it been like for you?
It's been a really great experience. I think it's just wonderful to see all the young people that are getting involved. And yeah, it's been a really good day so far. I'm currently on my break, and although there hasn't been that many people, everyone who's come has been super nice and really grateful for the poll workers, which I'm grateful for, that people are like recognizing that this is a nice thing to do.
Well, thank you, Olivia, for doing it and for taking a minute on your break. I know it's a long day for you, and it's. I don't even know if you're halfway done. Are you halfway done?
Actually, I am. Yeah. Well, I
Oh, you are.
Depending on how far past 8 o'clock we'll go, based on anyone who's left behind.
Got it. All right.
Well, bravo. Only 18, and you're doing a great civic duty. Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
How cool is this?
I love that we had them on like 2 months ago talking about Pole Hero Project, and
That's
now we're
actually
actually
happening.
seeing them. It's so exciting.
Okay, I'm going to bring on the lovely, always from, what did I say? She was outside last time? I don't know why I keep saying that. But here she is, the amazing Ms. Julia Pepper Mama, Miss Julia Murney. Hi, Julia.
Hi. Oh, my light is terrible. You don't care.
Your sound is great.
So what? Who cares?
Hey, James is going to send you
This is all that matters right there.
Oh,
look at
that's
that.
little Pepper.
Oh, my
Now,
God.
why is your dog's name Pepper?
She is named after there was a TV show in the 70s called Police Woman starring Angie Dickinson.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
she was one of the first women who was the lead of her own show. And she was a badass. And I knew she'd be tiny. So I wanted her to have a badass name. She is not named for the orphan in Annie.
I want to talk about, I was just thinking about this because I passed by bacon in the supermarket and I was thinking, God, I'm a vegetarian. I never want to see, I don't approve. But I was thinking about your bacon. I want you to tell what you would do on New Year's Day, because I think it's just a great thing that once the pandemic is over, this is one of the things that I think needs to come back somehow.
Yeah, we got to figure it out, Julia.
I know. So for 24 years, I had a pancake breakfast on New Year's Day where everyone was invited. I attempted invitations like the very first few years, but I couldn't keep up with it. And I just kind of left it with you are invited. Anyone you know is invited. Don't let anyone say, oh, I didn't get an invitation. It's okay. And I'm that person sometimes. I'm like, no, I wasn't invited. I don't know. I'm like, just come. And children are allowed. And I would serve pancakes and bacon the first few years I did it, it was a lark, and it was, 20 or 30 people. And then as the years went on, it went to over 100 people.
Not all at the same time. It was just all throughout the day, kind of like Starts in the House. It was just an all-day affair.
We used to say that if Bruce Glickus showed up to take photos, it will have jumped the shark. It would have been too much. Because it was just a bunch of Broadway, not entirely, but so much of a Broadway crowd. And it was, and people, because some shows back when we had shows, remember, some shows would have performances that evening. So people would come early, or people come and then go see a movie and then come back. And it was so delightful. It made me so happy to turn around. The reason it stopped is because my parents moved out of the city, and it was in their apartment, which was very conducive. They had a huge kitchen and a big apartment. I could not fit 20 people in my apartment to eat, let alone over 100.
Unless they're
all
pepper.
Our dogs are going crazy, so I'll be back. Seth.
So, Julia Murney, I found this clip. Julia's done a lot of my concerts for the Actors Fund, and I found this clip, and you should really come back later because he's going to be here. This is the dress rehearsal for when we did chess together.
Is Josh going to be here?
Josh is coming, so you should come back with Josh Groban. He's going to be here at, let me see, when is Josh going to be here? Josh Groban is going to be here at 4:30.
I can probably do that.
Okay, so why don't you come back at 4? So you know what? I won't show the clip now. I'll wait till 4:30 to show it.
Okay. I've been text banking all morning, and that I wrapped that up just before this. And yeah.
Now, the other thing I'm going to show later also, did you get to see that Sunday in the Park performance from TKTS? Were you there for that?
I saw it. I wasn't there for that, but I saw it.
Yeah,
I wasn't invited.
No, I know. Well, I wasn't even around for it. I'm dying. I'm going to show it later. So anyway, so you're going to come back at 4:30. I just want to make sure I want to make sure I have all these clips. I'm going to show you this one Andrea Martin clip I showed this morning because I don't think you saw it because you're going to get a kick out of it because it's so, now that we're of a certain age and you think about doing things you did when you were younger, it's so mortifying. This is Andrea Martin as Andrew Mcardle going back to Annie. I think you'll appreciate this comedy.
musical Annie opened on Broadway in the early 70s, a little girl won the hearts of millions. Her name was Andrea Mcardle.
Tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow.
Now she's back with the original cast in the longest-running road show in history. Annie.
It's a hard knock life for me. It's a hard knock life for me.
Yes, nobody can do it like Andrea Mcardle. She's bigger and better than ever. She brings new maturity to the role that began 15 years ago.
Don't it feel like the wind is always... Don't it feel like there's no...
Wait, first of all, I think this crazy float.
Just waiting, trying to place it. I get kicked. Okay, so Julia Murney, you're going to come back later with Josh Groban, and we're going to talk about the chess concert. Thank you for being here as usual.
I'm going to take a shower before then, just for fun.
Why not?
Yes.
See you at 4:30. Thank you, Julia Murney.
Okay, thanks, Seth. Bye.
Bye. Now I'm going to bring on one of our other stars from the other side of the country. Stars in the House is a fundraiser for the Actress Fund. And not only is she a great actress, but she is, I would like to say she's Ms. Actress Fund. Please welcome the Queen of the Actress Fund, Ms. Annette Bening.
Hi, Queen of the Actors Fund. That's so cool. And I guess Stokes is the king.
I'll take it. And we're two princes. Here comes my doggy. So Annette Bening, are you one of those fancy people that has a bookcase, but those aren't real books? You just have it for the look, or those actual books?
They are actual books in my actual office.
And so then are you the flip side, very NPR, and they're all just like nonfiction, or they're actual books that I want to read, like Judith Krantz?
There are a bunch of biographies here. There's quite a few books that I bought during the pandemic that I'm about to read that are up here. We got some art books, we've got a whole shitload of novels over here. Some of them I've read, quite a few, not everything. But yeah, they make me feel really good. And I have been reading a lot during the pandemic.
Well, I read all the time. What's your taste in books?
I kind of have been all over the place. Hi, James.
Hi, Annette.
Yeah, during the pandemic, I kind of started out with my son, Ben, is a big history buff and a big history expert. So there is this great Roman history that I read by Mary Beard called SPQR. And I did I read the William James book that I'd always wanted to read, The Varieties of Religious Experience, which is incredible. But then I also read some novels. E.M. Forster, I got way into because being inside of his head made me feel better. James Baldwin, for sure. I got way into him. Yeah.
I love James Baldwin. Have you read Giovanni's Room?
I have not read that one, but that's
oh my God.
I know. I want to. That's on my list. What a genius and what a voice for the present moment. I mean, everything that he said.
100%.
Everything that he articulated so beautifully. So yeah.
So talk to me for a second. Last night was the huge fundraiser for the Actors Fund. What was it like? What was the money raised?
It was awesome. We had a big night. We, of course, had never done a virtual fundraiser before, but the staff did the most amazing job. It was really inspiring. We raised $1.1 million. Wow. Yeah, which is incredible. Because, of course, as you guys know, and as I'm sure you're repeating through the day, we are going into another round of needing to raise money for particularly for our people who are suffering because of COVID, because we can't work, because especially any kind of live performance. As we all know, the first to shut down, the last to come back. So we have a lot of people that, and I mean, you guys are the experts on this, that we need to be attentive to. So anyway, last night was great. And we honored Stokes, which is, of course, the easiest thing to do in the world, because where did he come from? I don't know. He came from some other universe. He is the real deal. He's also a hell of a lot of fun, by the way, as earnest as he is, and such a great singer and performer and talent. And then all the work for the fund one of the meetings that we had, one of the fundraisers we had right before COVID was here in LA. And afterwards, it was kind of late. And he's like, let's go out for margaritas. And I was like, God, where do you come from? It's like 11:30 at night. I'm usually way in bed by now. No, he's
from Broadway.
Huh?
He's from Broadway. You know, that's what we do on the Broadway. Speaking of Broadway, because, you know, I love this. You guys did a live play for us. Annette, Liz writes, I loved watching Coastal Disturbances last month. Sending love from Nova Scotia.
Get out. Oh my God. Well, thanks for letting us do that, guys. I hope we raised some money. It was just
now I know my life is giving me more than memory. Day by day, we can.
Sorry, you know what happened is we're putting in a new clip. I think David clicked that by accident. That was hilariously irrelevant.
It's Lisa Mordente and Cheetah Rivera who are going to be on later. So that was a sneak peek of a clip we'll be showing later. Annette, before we go on, I just emailed you some donations. Do you have access to your email?
You know what?
Because there's one that in particular, well, of course, all donations we love, starsinthehouse.com, or you can text Fund 2020 to 56512. But there is one on there that Seth does not know about, and you're going to flip out over.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
would love for you to read them.
I'm getting it. I'm there.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Well, David, that clip paid off. Jen, the random clips that play are making me laugh so hard. That was really random.
You know, we're all doing our best trying to get a 10-hour show together, you know, with all these different clips and pictures. David and Joan and everyone has done such an amazing job of making this work.
You guys, that's the spirit that you've brought to this show from the very beginning. And that's what's so beautiful about what you're doing and so human and makes everybody else want to be a part of it, is because of the way you approach it and your passion and your love and your ability to bring all of us together. So listen, I'm looking for my email. Why am I not getting it?
Hold on. James is going to check. In the meantime, Carol Leaf, one of our longtime listeners who's matched donations, she first of all said that she went to the event last night. She said, we went. It was amazing. Annette's speech was lovely.
Thank you, Carol.
And then Carol also mentions, maybe this is a musical. I've never heard of it. Dodgers, Annette.
I'm a huge Dodger fan. I'm like an insane, crazy baseball fan.
Oh.
So I'm sorry, but we just won the World Series. So hello.
I never saw that show.
Tell me if you've gotten it. Have you gotten it yet, Annette?
I don't think you guys sent it, because is it on your email? No, and it's not. So my dear assistant Celia is lurking over my shoulder, and she also has not gotten it. So I don't know why.
Okay. I'm going to, you know what? You could also.
Why don't we bring in Danielle, then we'll bring in
Annette bring back on Danielle, and then maybe you'll get it.
Yeah, so wait here. So keep
1
checking.
second,
Okay, so Annette's going to come back. This is Danielle, who I assume is a poll worker?
I don't know. We're going to find out in a second. All right.
Danielle, are you here for a reason? 1, 2. Oh, no, I think you're a caller. Anyway, we'll find out. 1, 2, 3. Danielle Schwartz.
Hi.
Danielle.
Hi.
You know, our tech people bring in people who are relevant. Tell us why you're here. We're excited.
I sent a photo of my dad and my 2 sisters and myself voting this morning. So
I heard about this. Let me find that. Hold on. Voter media.
I'm not ignoring you, Danielle. I'm trying to make sure that Annette Bening
You're
gets
fine.
the email.
Annette Bening is more important than I am. It's fine.
No, that's not
dear.
true. And she would be the first one to say that's not true.
Let me make sure I can find this. Wait, you sent it this morning.
It's up there, honey.
Oh, it's under Danielle?
It's like it's pretty close toward.
Called Danielle?
Oh no, is it not on there?
Hold on. David, if you know where this photo is, can you just post it? David is here, I think. Hold on. David doesn't know where it is. Okay, Danielle, we're going to bring you back when we know why the hell you're here.
No
so
problem.
Don't go anywhere. Once you see Danielle. And then just for comedy reasons.
Oh no, I know what you're going to do.
Just anytime something goes wrong, we just basically have to show this.
Now I know my life is giving me more than memory. Day by day, we can see every moment.
So anytime we need a filler, we're just going to cut to Cheetah and Lisa. Yes, queens.
Oh my God.
Actually, you know what I will do, though? because Blake is not here, but Blake Ross, who was on this morning, did something amazing. You know, we're so missing live theater in New York. We're missing it so much. She arranged for a pop-up COVID-safe concert with the Broadway Inspirational Voices, and I think 3 other people helped her. And they took over Times Square, the steps in Times Square.
At TKTS booth.
At TKTS, Bernadette Peters sang the lead, and it's this brilliant Broadway Inspirational Voices version of Sitting in the Park with George. And it was a spontaneous live performance, and everyone was spaced apart. And it was just so magical to think about what live theater will be again when it comes back. Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's like my, I don't know, 4th cry of the day. That was beautiful. I have these donations. May I read them? I got them.
Yes, please.
So this is what we often do on the show is read out the donations that people are sending in. Okay. Mark from Columbus, Ohio, $100. Here's a contribution in honor of Seth and James. How about Michael reprise his role as Sweeney Todd and Beth as Mrs. Lovett?
This is from Fun Home. This is Michael Cerveris and Beth Malone, but great idea.
Of course. P.S. I saw Fun Home twice and was moved beyond belief. The next one is Bill from New York City. Thank you, Bill, so much. $10,000 from Bill. This is in memory of my mother. She was a big supporter of the Actors Fund and of me. To Seth and James. I'm getting all broken up here.
I know.
To Seth and James and the invaluable Dr. LaPook for your commitment and humor and hours of entertainment and information over these months. You may get the new President's Medal of Freedom. The new presidents. Okay. Number 3 is from Jackie, $100. She's from Fairfield, Connecticut. And Allison, $50 from St. Louis, Missouri. Thank you to each of you. Yes. So much. You're going to affect someone's life in the most beautiful way. Thank you.
Wow.
Annette, you were the perfect person to, I love the timing. Sometimes timing in life, it works out, and you were the perfect person to get those donations to read.
Well, thank you. Can I just read something that when I was watching, listening to these beautiful singers and what this show really represents. And this is a quote from my theater mentor, a man named Bill Ball, who created the American Conservatory Theater, who was sort of crazy, let's face it, because most theater geniuses are, and had a spark of genius. So this to me is what you're doing embodies. I'd like an actor to go anywhere in the country and say that he knows how theater can be at its best, at its maximum creative. Wherever he goes, his example, his way of thought, his approach to his work and to himself, his attitude towards working with others would be like a light, an inspiration to everyone he works with, because they would be able to say about him that he gets the best out of himself and he honors the people he's working with, and that he brings out the creativity of others and gives lightness to the situation wherever he is. And so he essentially can set a standard, not so much by the effect of their accomplishment, of their acting, but by the attitude of their approach, the clarity of their minds, the respect that they have for their work and for others. And right now, during this time of COVID, I think that this show and what those people were doing this morning on the street in New York City embodies that.
Thank you, Annette.
Annette, hold on, because I'm gonna tell you something that Seth and I were blown away. We haven't even announced this yet. You know that email, Seth, that we got yesterday, and you were like, "Is it real?" I'm gonna try to find it. I want to read it to Annette. We'll have to obviously tell Stokes.
Gavin, you're next, by the way. And by the way, James, now we're completely in the dark, so our lighting is getting worse and worse.
Get worse. Hold on,
I can find it. It's
Seth,
Stars in the House.
Find it, yeah.
We got this email that we were very shocked that we got. Let me just find it. It's in my Stars in the House account. There it is. Okay, and I literally thought it was fake.
Yeah. And I said, no, not when it has a .gov after it and it's LOC. You know what LOC stands for? If it's a .gov, Annette Bening?
No.
I didn't either, but it makes sense. You'll know as soon as Seth finds the email.
LOC.
For all my haughtiness. By the way, Annette, I can't believe how much we chat with you. I remember when you first called and I took a photo of James because I couldn't believe he was on the phone with you. I was like, oh my God, he was on the phone with Annette Bening.
That's true. It's true. Hold on.
I think this is it.
Do we have it?
Oh, gosh.
That was it. No,
that's me writing back. That's here it is. Forwarded message.
There we go.
To whom they sent this to Stars and House, to whom it may concern, the United States Library of Congress, it actually is very moving to me, has selected your website for inclusion in the historic collection of internet materials related to the coronavirus web archive. We consider your website to be an important part of its collection and the historical record. The Library of Congress preserves important cultural artifacts and provides enduring access to them. The library's traditional functions acquiring, cataloging, preserving, and serving collection materials of historical importance to foster education and scholarship extend to digital materials, including websites. Our web archives are important because they contribute to the historical record, capturing information that could otherwise be lost. With the growing role of the web as an influential medium, records of historical events could be considered incomplete without materials that were born digital and never printed on paper. The following URL has been selected for archiving. Starsinthehouse.com.
Get out. That's beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you, Annette.
Wow. That's amazing. I'm
Yeah.
so proud of you. And
Aw.
you're making history.
Thank you.
That's incredible. Listen, one thing, I don't know how much you guys have spent time on states that allow election day registration. Have you done that?
No, tell us, because
Can I do
that was one of
that?
the things I was going to say earlier. So please
Do you know what they are?
I do know what they are.
Go.
I'm going to write them out as you say them.
Yeah, I saw it on a tweet, and then I had my dear assistant Celia print this out for me. Okay, so there's quite a few here.
Yeah.
So hang on. So, okay, so in Alaska and Rhode Island, election day registration allows you to vote for president and vice president only. But the rest of the states, you can vote all the way down the ticket, which of course is really, 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 really important. We're focused on the presidency for sure, but there's so many important Senate races, congressional races. And of course, in California, where I live, we have these crazy propositions. That's my quick voter. That was my chart that I made in terms of voting on propositions. But we have a lot of really, really important propositions, as well as judges and sheriffs and local Congress people, local Board of Supervisors people. Anyway, okay, so here are the states that allow same-day election registration for people that haven't voted yet. California, Colorado, Connecticut, DC, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Maine, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, Nevada, New Hampshire, as I said, Rhode Island and Alaska, Utah, Vermont, Washington, Wisconsin, Wyoming. So there are some major battleground states there that people can still vote. And these races, as everybody knows, are very, very close. They're very, very close. So
Hey, and then I'm going to read back what I just wrote. California, Colorado, Connecticut, DC. I feel like I'm missing something. Iowa,
Hawaii.
Illinois. Wait, what'd you say?
Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois.
Okay, hold on. Hawaii, Idaho.
Your people can print this out for you.
Michigan. That's probably good. Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, New Hampshire, Utah, Vermont, Washington, Wisconsin, Wyoming.
Yes.
And there is the band. I'm putting this up right now.
All right.
Great. Okay, fantastic.
Same day registration.
Same day registration. So we have a lot of reason to be hopeful. We really do. But we need everybody enlisted today. And I know everyone already knows that, and we all said it a million times, but let's say it 1,000,001 times, because we do need to remember that there are a lot of people voting. There are young people voting who haven't voted before, and there are a huge amount of new voters of all ages voting.
That's right.
So for all of those fabulous listeners out there from all these different states, please, if you need to call a few people, please do. I know I'm getting on a phone bank after this. Phone banks actually work. Do you know they're very effective in terms of getting people to vote?
Wow.
Do you say, hi, I'm Tony Award winner Annette Bening?
No, that would be wrong.
Would it?
No, but I'm actually generally I'm going onto phone banks and I'm kind of doing the opening, sort of getting everybody riled up.
Good.
I love it.
All right, Annette.
And to thank people.
Yes.
Thank you. Amazing to see you as usual. Thank you for always supporting the show. See you again very soon.
Thank you,
Let's
guys.
celebrate.
Thanks for all your work.
Bye, Annette Bening. We're going to go to a Tony Award winning poll worker.
So Danielle and Glenn, stand by, because he's a poll worker. So we're going to have him come on right now.
Yes, please. By the way, we look like we're in a bunker.
Gavin, I'm gonna just.
It's because of that, I
just gonna
think.
keep fooling with the lighting. Everyone has
Yeah.
amazing lighting because everyone's like facing the window. If we were
I
facing
know.
this way, Seth,
Well, okay.
that's the problem.
Here's the lovely Mr. Gavin Creel.
Hi, Gab.
Hi guys. How are you?
Gavin, you said you're a poll worker, but weirdly you're in your house. Are you Baby Jane just making this whole thing up?
No. The amazing thing is, I don't know if this happens all the time, but if you volunteer, they put you. I'm where I usually vote, so I voted today on my break, my first little 5-minute break.
I love it. So I know that you're originally from Michigan, right?
I went to school in Michigan, but I'm from Ohio originally.
Ohio.
Well,
so were you like harassing your neighbors to vote, to register and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, trying to find ways to get people engaged, and also I had a real, grapple with how much is too much and how much should I do, and there are certain things in the process that I don't enjoy doing, and this poll working thing was something I've never done, and I thought, yeah, this would be really cool, and it's been amazing. And we started at I woke up.
Yeah, it's help.
I woke up at 4:15, and I started to start work at 5. This is the God's honest truth. We all walk in and there's one person who knows what they're doing, and there's like a bunch of all different ages. Usually when you go to the polls, it's like, usually it's seniors working because they have the time and they can, it is a cross section of age, race, everything. It's so inspiring.
Oh.
But we got there at 5 a.m. and this guy is like running around in circles, and we're all standing in a perimeter around him going, we don't know what we're doing. We have no idea. And then he's just like, okay, this goes over here, this goes over here. And then we all got divided up. And there I am sitting with the manual. And I think, wow, democracy is in my hands right now. And at 5:38, they're like, voters are coming in 20 minutes. And we hadn't set a thing up. And then by 6 o'clock, boom, we were ready and we were accepting voters.
Oh my! It's like a one-night benefit, right? Where it's like you don't know, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And it happened.
Yes, it's like the best show. This is show business. I'm working with this amazing woman, Seema. The two of us she's a Yale graduate and she's about my age, and she's never done this either. And across the way, almost everybody's new. There's been more than a handful of people who are like, this is my first time voting ever. As an 18-year-old came in and his dad came in 2 hours later. He said, did my son come in? They have the same name. This woman came in, who was like 90 years old. She goes, I've never voted before. Wow. She couldn't see, she couldn't hear. She kept looking at me, Seth. I was thinking of you because I would say something and she would just go, oh. Like she did not understand anything I was saying, and she'd be like, go back. I know. Why did I think?
Why are you thinking of me? Because I'm like her?
It's just like, it's just like, so he's giving me so much attitude.
Kevin's got your number, Seth.
You better cut.
Every time I try to talk to her. And then she went over and you can only screw up 3 ballots, apparently. And if by the 3rd ballot, your vote doesn't count. She screwed up the first 2. And I said, let me come, because she was doing check marks. And then she was doing scribbles. She was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I said, can I come over? A Republican representative, a Democratic representative observed me talking, so that it was totally fair. And then they took her to this amazing thing called the ballot voter machine or ballot. And it's a bigger vision. And it's everything is to make it possible for everyone to be able to cast a vote. I talked to a poll watcher, which I didn't know there are poll watchers there who are literally standing there. You found your light, by the way, Seth. You found your.
No, it's killing me. It's like, it's so hot.
Keep talking, Kevin. I'm gonna put it.
No, so good. But she stands there. The woman was standing there, and I said, "Tell me about your role, because poll watching sounds intimidating or whatever." And she said, "It's the opposite. I'm there to make sure nobody gets intimidated." Wow, it got really sexy.
I gotta get something else. You keep talking.
Yeah, the election has never been so hot.
That's so stupid. Go on. So you're talking about somebody watching polls.
She's standing there just to make sure that people are not being intimidated. There's no reason why people aren't being asked, I don't believe your signature, I don't believe your voter ID, whatever it is. It's a process that I gotta say, watching it reminded me a lot of the first time I was on tour and somebody says, you're going to perform on television. And I'd never performed on television. I was doing Fame in Toronto. And Jen Gambatese and I are going to go perform on, I don't know, some morning show in Toronto. And I'm like, I'm going to be on TV? Whoa. And we rehearse it. And then when we get there, they're like, okay, you guys are going to hold up high. And you meet the people who have pancakes of makeup. And they're like, hello. And you're like, great, that's the person who's going to host us. And then they leave and you never see them again until they're like, you walk on freezing cold set. And they're like, cool, okay, you guys ready? And 5, 4, 3, and you're like, what? And then they do the number, and then they go, great, thank you so much. Out. They bring the dog on, and the people are going to do cereal tests. And you go, everyone is literally, it's sewn together, and you think it's all rehearsed, and you think, At 5:38, I had no idea how to run my table, and at 6 o'clock, we were ready. And the system is so beautifully oiled. New York City Board of Elections I'm really, my hat's off to them. The book, all the instructions are there, and it's hard. Training for it was really hard. So
it's so exciting. Now speaking, Gavin Creel, poll worker. Now, speaking of hard,
whoa. What's the segment? This segment.
What is the segue?
It's not about the light. No, the end of what do I need with love was just a G. Why did you not make the hard choice and make it a B flat when you were in Fairly Modern?
The only time I ever do that is when I'm doing a singing concert with you, and you look at me right before I sing at the piano, and you're like,
because now I will show a clip. This is the way it actually should sound. This is the two of us rehearsing for our Provincetown concert. As you can tell, I'm literally in a tank top, my signature. You're in sunglasses, but I think this is when you added the B flat for me. Let's watch the rehearsal.
It's Gavin Creel here and
Seth Rudetsky.
Wait, where are your glasses?
Oh shit! This is our look.
This is the look for the number we're gonna do. What are we doing this number?
We're doing this from Fairly Modern Village. We're gonna be doing it at the Provincetown Art House.
Yes.
September
5th and 6th.
You go to ptownarthouse.com, and this is the ending I insisted upon that should have been being done 8 shows a week, but someone was lazy.
Too tired. You only do this 8 times a week. You can only do it twice at the Art House in Provincetown.
Let's do for the beautiful Violencella.
It's a selfie.
Because you need some support. Your legs are crossed. How are you going to hit the notes? I can't see the sunglasses.
Although I hardly know you, what do I need with love? I got it good. Got it good. But now I got it bad. Why is it a stripper ending?
What I'm wearing.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-da-da. See you at the Art House.
Rack.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God. I'm not singing that today. Oh my goodness, no.
Boy, do you sound good. Hey, before you go away, you were talking about television. We want to bring on a little television star. Perhaps you grew up in the 70s. I know your Broadway age is 30, but as far as I know, you were around in the 70s. Please welcome one of the stars of One Day at a Time, the lovely Mr. Glenn Scarpelli.
Hey, you guys.
Wait, he's frozen. Oh, there he is.
Is everything okay? Is it working?
Yes, now it's working.
Hey, you guys. Gavin, I'm such a fan, dude.
Oh,
I'm so happy to be.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too. And Seth and James, what a beautiful day. I am coming to you from the swing state of Arizona.
Oh, good. Wow, swing. That's exciting that it's a swing state, huh?
Sedona.
Yeah, well, swinging is always exciting, but, you know, especially today.
Well, you are from the 70s. Key party. Gavin, when do you have to go back to the polls? Do we need to let you go?
I have to go right now. I have to be back there by 1:35, so whatever, I'll walk back.
Bye, Gab.
Gavin, we love you. Bye. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you for doing it.
Go work those polls.
Bye, Gavin.
Glenn Scarpelli, I got to send a video, so you keep talking. Hold on.
Glenn, when did you guys vote? Did you vote early? Did you vote today?
We did vote early. So in our state, you know, I've been on just this permanent mail-in early voting since 1997, I think. You know, that became an option, I believe, in 1992 here in Arizona. So this is something that's been going on a long time. There's really no question as to its credibility here. It's always worked. It always will work. So our ballots actually were mailed to us on October 5th. We received them around October 8th. And the next day we filled them out, and we actually did a drop box in Flagstaff. I live in Sedona, which is northern Arizona. We actually went to the courthouse drop box because we figured let's go right to the county drop box, because there are some around here in our neighborhood too, but they have to still be transported up there. So we were like, you know what? We're just going to go straight to the drop box. In fact, I think I sent a picture of us actually doing that.
There's a picture.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to go. I got to find it.
Yeah.
It is under guest media.
Yes.
And then I think it's alphabetical. So hold on. I'm going up to photos. But Ms. Romano, that's your signature line.
Here,
there it is. Wait, hold on.
I don't think that's
this
the
is
photo.
Why? Glenn looks exactly the same.
Right, they got it where it is. Keep going, Glenn. I'll find the photo that you sent.
No worries. But we did that. You know, probably first week in October, second week in October, and then we went online Yeah, there we are. That's me and Jerry. Jerry, come in, say just a quick hello.
Oh, I love it. Jerry Scarpelli.
That's my honey. That's my honey. Look, there he is.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
We want you guys to meet because we're all going to hang out sometime. You know you're invited to come visit us. So
Yes, we want that guest room ready.
it's happening. It's happening. We have a whole house for you too if you want. So no worries. You're going to bring friends. I've heard from a few of your friends on social media that are joining you, right?
Paul Castro and Stephen Spadaro, you're totally in coach. We're in first.
Hey, Glenn, can you hang out for 1 minute with us? Because we want to bring on one of the stars of Jagged Little Pill who's working the polls today, and we want to catch her on our break. So stand right there. And actually, you know what? Because this is a party, Laura Bell Bundy, can I bring you on right now? All right. Laura Bell Bundy.
Hi.
Hi. We're going to bring on Lauren Patton right now because we all want to thank our poll workers today, right? So I know
even
you want
Tony-nominated poll workers.
And Tony-nominated poll workers, especially Lauren Patton.
Hi.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren.
Yay! Hi. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
How has it been, Lauren?
Well, I've been up since 3:40 a.m., so I'm kind of delirious.
Oh my God, it gets earlier and earlier. I've heard I've been up since 5, since 4. You were the earliest, 3:40. Why? Where the hell is your polling place?
No, I just woke up at 3:40. I had my alarm set for 4:20, and then I just woke up and was awake because it's the day. So I was paranoid about sleeping my alarm. And then but my polling place was a bit. It wasn't right across the street either, so I just had to. But it was thankfully in the same borough at least. So and I had to get there at 5. So I'm there now.
5.
On my lunch break, and then we work until the polls close.
Oh, and how has it been? What's the mood? What's?
It's been really nice, actually. So it hasn't been. I'm working at a fairly small poll location. There's only 2 scanners. It's not a huge bustling poll location, and I think a lot of people, particularly in New York, voted early. So it hasn't been crazy. It hasn't been a line out around the block.
It's manageable.
Yes, it's totally manageable. But I've noticed that people are really excited. And we had a few first-time voters, but none of them were 18. We had a few first-time voters who were, in their 50s and their 60s, and we're really excited about it. It was really cool. They were so stoked to vote. They as they were signing in, they were like, this is my first time voting. We were all really excited. It was very sweet. So
that's amazing.
Really excited and engaged and stoked to be voting. People want to make sure they're doing it right. We were getting all these questions of is my signature okay? Did I fill this out correctly? People seem really informed and engaged about how do we make sure that my vote is being counted. It's pretty cool to see how informed people are this election.
Wow. Well, thanks for taking the minute on your break to say hi.
I know. I'm so glad to say hi to you guys. Thank you for doing this all day and for devoting your time to celebrating this huge election. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's finally here.
Lauren, which one is harder, poll working all day or belting You Ought to Know 8 times a week?
Well, one required a lot more sleep, and that was You Ought to Know. If I had to get those 9 hours, but this one, I get to sit, I get my reading in, I have my New Yorker. So I don't know, but those affidavit ballots are tough. It's a toss-up.
Bravo on the Tony nomination.
Yay!
Thank you.
All right, Lauren.
Thank you, Lauren. Go back and do some polling. Bye.
Bye. You're the best. Love you guys.
We love you. Keep belting. Laura Bell, you are fully glammed out.
Well, I just threw some lipstick on and some
Really?
blush. Yeah.
Stunning. How is your post-COVID world after being sick?
It's fine. It took a second to actually completely get rid of any sort of side effects. I felt like occasional tightness in my chest every once in a while, and I wasn't able to figure out whether it was a after effect of COVID or anxiety from this year. And I've had a couple friends who had it who actually can't differentiate that either. And and I've never had anxiety before, so I would just assumed it was COVID. Then it went away, and I've definitely felt 100%, but it really took me like kind of like really getting back and exercising and sweating, because there's a lot of inflammation that happens inside the body when you're fighting off the infection. And for me, at least, that's what I noticed. So
it's a long process, man. Now, you sent a voting video. What are we about to watch? Good. What is this?
So over the weekend, because there's so many propositions in California, and I like to do a mail-in ballot and like take my time and read all about the thing, and my husband and I make it. So I took our ballots to a box in our neighborhood that was actually inside the Harbor Mart. And so this is a video of bringing my son on a bicycle ride to the Harbor Mart to drop off our video.
I love it.
So one is a TikTok we did that has music with it, and the other is just me telling my son what we're doing.
Oh. Well, see, I don't know. This was whatever was uploaded by David Katz. This is Laura Bell Bundy, Legally Blonde star and voter.
Okay, you're gonna vote right now. This is what you do when you want to make a difference in the world. This is how to use your voice. Okay. We did it. We voted. High five. Yay! We voted.
That's our little teeny ballot box at the deli at the Harbor Mart.
Hey, before you go, I want to show this clip. Glenn, you'll love this too, because I know you love Broadway. Laura, this is when I was doing Disaster, my show on Broadway, and you made a guest appearance at the end because people donated in the audience. They donated to Broadway Cares Equity Fight States to have numbers recreated, and we recreated one of the big numbers from Hairspray with Carrie Butler and Jackie Hoffman. And of course, Carrie forgot the lyrics, and Jackie came up. Jackie was in the audience watching Disaster and came up to do it, but of course she was furious. Anyway, please enjoy. This is you recreating a little Hairspray for us on Broadway. It's fabulous.
Stop telling me what to do. Don't treat me like a child of two. No, I know that you want what's best. Please, but mother, please give me a rest. Stop, don't know, please. Stop, don't know, please. Stop, don't know, please. Mama, I'm a big girl now. Once upon a time when I was just a kid, and never let me do just what the older kids did. So use that laundry list of what you wrote aloud. 'Cause mama, I'm a big girl now. Once upon a time I used to play with toys, but now I'd rather play around with teenage boys. So if I get a hickey, please don't have a cow. 'Cause mama, I'm a big girl now. I've always known what was right from wrong. No, wait, what's my line?
So busted.
It's been a long time.
I gotta tell you, I've been out.
She's the one who's working and I'm not. I got my best dancing classes from you. You're the one who taught me how to twist and shout, because you shout non-stop and you're so twisted too. I used to fidget 'cause I just sat home, but now I'm just like Gidget and I gotta get to roll. So say arrivederci to the left and ciao, 'cause mama, I'm a big girl now. Oh, stop, don't know, please. Stop, don't know, please. Stop, don't know, please. Mama, I'm a big girl now. Once upon a time I was a shy young thing, could barely walk and talk so much as dance and sing. But let me hit that stage, I wanna take my bow. 'Cause mama, I'm a big girl now. Once upon a time I used to dress up tan, but now that I'm a woman, I like bigger men. And I don't need a Barbie doll to show me how.
I go again. To hear about Mama, I've been far too long. Somebody's been
It has been years. I mean, I think maybe 15 years. It maybe at that point. Because what was that?
You remembered it, girl.
I did. Well, kind of. I went back to the Gidget line, but it was she.
Well, that's because Carrie gave her the wrong. I'm blaming
Right.
Carrie, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, Glenn and Laura Bell, before you leave, we have a viewer, Danielle Schwartz. Hi, Danielle.
Hi.
Hi.
So tell us where the hell that photo was just there. Oh no, it's in guest media. There it is. So tell us should we show this photo first, or should we tell the story first?
I mean, there's not much. I mean, you can show the picture. There's not much of the story here. Yeah. It's me, my dad, and my two sisters. My dad was a town politician for 12 years. So we kind of grew up knowing to vote and knowing what was going on. So my mom voted early with her parents. They did absentee voting. So my dad took a little, daughter trip, and we all voted together.
Oh, I love making it a family
awesome.
affair.
Yeah. So it was fun. And then the girls went to breakfast after.
Where are you?
We're in Fairfield, Connecticut. My dad actually is helping the town clerk today open up all of the all the mail-in and absentee ballots. So he left and went to go help do that, and the sisters all went out for breakfast after. So
What does it mean that you all look way too young to vote?
Good genes. I'm 27 and I'm the youngest. So
Okay. Now I'm angry. Thank you, Danielle. You're adorable. And thank you, your dad.
Laura Bell Bundy and Glenn Scarpelli, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. My
And Jerry,
pleasure.
Guys.
Love seeing you, Glenn. You're such a ray of light all the time. Bye, Glenny.
Love that you
Laura-
guys are doing this. It's awesome.
Laura Bell, you're the best. Hey, Laura Bell, people
Yeah.
love your song. It's the song that I'm obsessed with. It's like, you go, girl, you better sass the grass. What's it called? I'm obsessed.
It's Get It, Girl, You Go.
Get it, girl, you go.
You
It
had
is
the-
so
you had
good.
You had the subtext. The
subtext. It's so good. Go look it up on YouTube. It's so good. Thank you, Laura Bell Bundy.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Now we're gonna bring on two good pals.
Yeah, but before we bring them on,
Yes, ma'am.
let's not forget there's a poster, a Vote-A-Thon poster. If you donate $100 or
We've
more,
got a lot
to
so
the
far.
Actors Fund, we've already raised, especially because of the very generous donation of $10,000. We're up to $12,500 raised today. Just found out from Maggie at the Actors Fund. So keep it coming. StarsInTheHouse.com or text Fund 2020 to 56512.
And then forward your receipt.
That's right.
To donations at starsandhouse.com, and perhaps we'll have Lindsay with her low voice read it. Please, that's Lindsay. There she's smirking.
So we have two pals from Carousel.
She's already rolling her eyes. I can see you, Lindsay.
Let's bring on Lindsay Mendez and Jessie Mueller.
Oh man.
You know what's so funny? It's so weird seeing
Hi.
you guys because last night, for the first time in probably 6 months, I was Marco Poloing with Andrea Martin. I've not done it. You guys got me started on it, then it stopped. Do you still use Marco Polo, you two?
Occasionally. Jesse, we do it all the time. Not all the time. I'm doing it less than
literally every day
almost. I polo this biatch.
Charging for the good features, so I'm not using it as much.
That's her Midwestern accent. Lindsay, are you filming your All Rise TV show right now?
Yeah, I just got home actually. We started super early today because they want to let everyone out to vote. So I was there bright and early and in full beat at 10:30 and already done for the day.
How has it been, Lindsay, with filming in COVID times?
It's been pretty crazy, but really great. Honestly, I feel like my show and my producers and everyone there has just taken it super, super seriously. We do our own hair and makeup, which is like a shock for TV, but they just don't want people to be around us for more than 15 minutes.
Good.
So I was like, we do this 8 times a week. So that felt normal for me, but, and Ruthie, but yeah, so it's been tough just kind of like navigating, like they don't let us, we don't really talk on set because you don't want to like spray your aerosols, which, and I'm crazy. So I'm already
You're happy
like,
about that.
I am.
By the way, hold on. By the way, the fact that Lindsay Mendez is working means that they're taking very, very, very safe precautions. You would break that contract, you would not be there.
I was literally like, how do we get the courtroom outside for the season? Because I can't be in a room with others. But no, they're great. And we get tested 3 times a week, which actually is like amazing for my anxiety. Cause like I always have a baseline because I always think I have it. So I only think I have it 4 days a week now because 3 days a week I've tested.
And are you doing the nose test?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So fun.
Not that bad, but 3
Sounds
times
really
a week,
fun.
that's a lot of
It's a lot of nostril
stabbing. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you will.
So Jessie and Lindsay, you're originally from Chicago. Are you still voting for there, or are you now voting in New York?
No, I vote in New York now.
Did you and Andy vote
Because
today?
I don't have any permanent. Pardon?
Did you and Andy vote today?
No, we voted early. I just took my sticker off of my like vest that I wore when we were voting, and I was like, "Oh, I'll put it on."
Good.
So yes, I have my I voted early sticker. We voted early in Queens. We applied for absentee ballots, and then we were going to mail them in originally, and then we thought, let's fill them out. And well, actually, we thought, no, we're going to go in person. We'll go early. And then what we ended up doing was you had to bring your absentee ballots with you anyway, because you would have had to turn them in if we decided to vote live, basically. But the lines were long, so we actually got back in our car and filled out our ballots and then dropped them off. It was great. It worked really, really well.
Jessie was one of the inspirations for doing Concert for America, our monthly concert we began in 2017. And
hopefully this is the only quote unquote political thing I'll say. Hopefully, Jessie Mueller, we will not have to do one on January 20th.
Do that. Yep.
Yes, ma'am. So I had this video. I've not even watched it, but I was there when it happened. I didn't watch it. This is you and your amazing sister, Abby. Abby is one of the closest people to the Broadway shutdown. She was about to open on Broadway in 6 hours.
Like hours away.
Hours away.
From opening at 6. Yeah.
So this is the two of you. These are the two Mueller sisters singing when we were in Montana, right? It was Montana.
Yeah, Montana.
Oh, yeah.
Let's watch this wonderful clip. Listen how great they sound. Wow, what a talented family.
Sitting here tonight by the firelight, I'm reminded I already have more than I should. I don't need fame, no one to know my name. At the end of the day, Lord, I pray I have a life that's good. 2 arms around me, heaven to ground me, and a family that always calls me home. 4 wheels to get there, enough love to share, and a sweet, sweet, sweet song. At the end of the day, Lord, I pray.
Your name. Hold on. Okay,
I know.
You sound so amazing together. Now, by the way, if you love Jessie Mueller, I gotta put in a plug. We're gonna be together this Sunday.
Right. I forgot.
Sunday. I know all of a sudden I'm like, it's Sunday.
Yeah.
We're doing a concert Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Jesse, we got to talk about what we're going to do. Let's send some lists to each other.
Yeah, I don't think we should use the time now for that. Because Lindsay is here and I
No,
feel like
let's
that'd
talk
be
about
kind
it
of
now,
awkward.
'cause I could
Unless,
weigh
Lindsay,
in.
you want to like make some requests.
I have some ideas.
Okay, go. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, if Lindsay were directing it.
Actually,
well,
look how lovely that is.
Here, Linz.
I've got to embarrass Lindsay for a second.
Oh.
So Lindsay, this is one of my favorite clips of you. Let me just try to find this.
Hold on, while you're finding that stuff.
Yeah.
Lindsay and Jessie, name one of your favorite things? I know how much you loved working with each other and how you became friends through Carousel. Yeah, all right. Well, Jesse's.
Well, not after Jessie's in denial about being in touch.
I mean, 100%. Like,
well,
it.
The end of the friendship
Yeah,
right here.
and I started it.
She was the one who moved away. I'll just.
Please, that's everyone.
That is true, Lindsay.
Yeah, it's
I know
true.
all my friends do move away. It's true.
Was there like did you see each other? I want to just get some backstage stories. Like, did you like half hour not talk because you had to get in character? Did you like okay, there you go. So what was your I don't know.
We used to FaceTime. My dressing room was 8 flights above Jessie's, so we would FaceTime while we would get ready.
Aww.
Which is hilarious because
And then
we'd
I'd
be in,
come
like,
down.
period wigs.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we pretend that we were FaceTiming the character just because we thought it was funny.
Yeah. So we would do
You know what
that.
I mean? Like these people from the turn of the century being like, can I come
Doing
over
a quick
for lemonade
video
later?
chat.
Yeah, it just made us laugh.
And then I would come down and we would hang out in her room until the overture started. And then we'd both blow our noses and
cough a lot. I would cough.
Jessie would cough. She's a cougher from way back. And then we would run on together every night. So we always were together.
Run on to the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in the we are never really in the front row.
I know.
It was
did
great.
You see them, Linz? I'm sort of remembering.
entire
this.
time
I don't
I
remember
heard
seeing
them.
them.
What did you say, Lindsay?
I heard you first.
Oh,
I
me
could
or
hear
him?
you laughing.
Oh, well then you heard me.
Unfortunately, it was during If I Loved You.
Unfortunately, it was during.
Unfortunately, it was like, oh, we're making that choice.
Right.
So, speaking of laughing, so Lindsay Mendez, you're from the musical theater, and there's a lot of, to me, I've always seen a lot of disrespect sometimes from TV people of like, you can't play to the back row on TV. It's a lot different. I'm like, it actually really isn't. So what has been your transition to doing TV? Do you feel like it's any different?
No, I mean, truth is truth, right? Like we're trying to find the truth no matter where we are. But I think the only thing that I really struggle with is my marks in TV because you have to be on the right mark or the camera, you're blocking someone or something. And in theater, you have a lot more freedom with like hitting an exact mark. You don't really have to do that often. So I still struggle with that. And I'm always like, why is there tape on the floor? And I'm supposed to be standing on it. And
Like, oh, it's my tape. You can stand on someone else's tape. You're like, that wasn't my tape.
100%. But now, by now my cameramen are like, oh God, here we go. So, they just kind of accept it that I'm a little bit rough.
Well, speaking of TV,
you get to sit a lot, which is helpful.
I do get to sit.
Oh, you get to
Yes,
Lindsay gets to sit a lot. Oh,
well, I'm in court. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's in court.
Ruthie and I sit opposite each other and we type.
Ruthie Ann. Lindsay, you're not wigged on the show, are you?
No, this is a
nice?
wig.
Okay, so speaking of TV, this is one of my favorite performances. This is Lindsay on TV. And first of all, the acting is amazing. The singing is
She's
amazing.
already going into a panic.
Yeah.
What is this?
She's like,
but as you listen to it, just know that Lindsay has the nerve to always say to me, quote unquote, I have a low voice, which infuriates
I
me.
do have a low voice. I don't know why we argue about this. I have a low voice.
Well, thankfully, by the way, you're frozen right now. It's not like your attitude. This is Lindsay
good.
sounding amazing. You got to cut.
And so it will be for the rest of my life, and I want nothing else till I die. Held in such high esteem. When people see me, they will scream. For half of Oz's favorite team, the Wizard and
Yeah.
And she was never heard from again.
I mean,
I literally that track is so rough because that track's from like the original like when Adina recorded it.
Mhm.
And like, 10 years into the production, that ending went a lot faster. And so the rudeness of the length of the ending at 6 a.m., whenever that was, I mean, I just was like, you must be joking. This track, Stephen Remus.
And yet you nailed it. So that's just called like, what was the hard part?
I mean, it was just energy, I think, because I just kept thinking of how many millions of people would see it and how embarrassed I would be. And that's what's going on in my head, is the possibility for embarrassment. And in my low voice.
You got it cut. Okay, so I want to show a little bit more Concert for America. This is again, Jessie, this is you in our very first one, I think. Is it?
Oh no, this may be from Montana.
Oh, I don't know. It's just Jessie sounding amazing. Where is it? It's down.
Oh, no, you're probably right.
Hold on. Jenna Ushkowitz. What? Oh, there it is. Jessie Mueller, this is you. I think it's the first one.
Okay.
And this is the title song. This is you want
set the tone.
It set the tone for Concert for America. Jessie Mueller, hit it.
You got to get up every morning with a smile on your face and show the world of the love in your heart. We're gonna treat you better, and you're gonna find, yes you will, that you're beautiful as you feel. Waiting at the station with a workday window glowing, I got nothing to do but watch the passers-by. Mirrored in their faces, I see frustration growing, and they don't seem showing. Why do I? You got to get up every morning with a smile on your face and show the world all the love in your heart. The people gonna treat you better, and you're gonna find, yes you will, that you're beautiful as you feel. I have often asked myself the reason for the sadness in the world, where tears are just a lullaby. If there's any answer, maybe love can end the madness. Maybe not, oh, but we can only try. You got to get up every morning, a smile on your face, show the world all the love in your heart. Oh, the people gonna treat you better, and you're gonna find, yes you will, that you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful as you feel. You're beautiful, beautiful. You're beautiful as you feel. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for being here tonight.
Jessie Mueller.
That's a long.
Yeah. That was Atlanta.
I was just going to ask, is that in Atlanta? Because I remember the student choir, and that was cool.
And that's why you said
Oh my
thanks,
God.
y'all, for being here.
Well, I think I'd just done waitress,
Jessie.
and I said y'all a lot. I
Jennifer Lopez.
had adopted a sort of a country. I don't know. I like y'all. It just sort of encompasses everyone.
I'm married to a
I
Texan.
agree.
Lindsay Mendez, Jessie Mueller, thank you guys for being here. Again, Jessie Mueller and I will be back this Sunday night, the Seth concert series. So again, I want to discuss this song list. I'm thinking.
Oh
okay.
my gosh.
All right, thank you.
Lindsay Mendez, when does All Rise have its season premiere?
Oh, thank you for asking, James. We premiere in 2 weeks. Wait, I don't remember the date. The 16th? Monday. It's a Monday night.
Okay.
The 16th at 9 p.m. on CBS.
CBS.
Thank you guys for having us and for, celebrating everyone voting. I'm so stoked to see how much energy there is out there. It's really exciting.
Ma'am. Thank you, Lindsay Mendez.
Stay hydrated. Bring a
Stay
snack.
hydrated.
Stay hydrated. Jessie
Now I don't
Mueller.
have to polo Lindsay later. So.
Well, you barely ever do. Bye, Jessie Mueller. See you Sunday.
So, bye, guys.
Bye, Jessie.
Before we bring up our next, well, are we bring our Belters first?
Yes.
Okay, Belters. Mr. P, you're gonna be right after this. Stephanie J. Block, I'm bringing you on because I know your Wi-Fi is weird. Stephanie J. Block. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
Yeah, you're. Hi, lady. I'm so glad you got your Wi-Fi to work.
Oh, guys, I'm the worst at all of this. I mean, the worst at all of this. Can you
You
hear
got
me?
it to work. By the way, yes, we can hear you.
It's a little soft, but we can. Well, we're concentrating,
And it's a little delayed, but it's all good.
I am
So
not
70.
supposed to be soft. This Beltress can't be soft. What
She's a
the
Beltress.
hell?
So how is Vivi doing during this craziness? Your daughter Vivi.
She's pretty good. I mean, we discussed today on the way to school, trying to explain democracy and freedom to a 5-year-old can get a little, you have to choose your words carefully. So, and also my family kind of smack down the middle is either, as I put, team blue or team red. And I wanted to make sure nobody was like villainized, right, during this conversation, because these are all people that she loves. It's just, belief in certain things and different ways of going about it. It's so interesting to be a mom and want her to be a critical thinker, not just an independent thinker, but like a critical thinker. And that's these are big themes for a little brain, but I'm trying at an early age to get her excited.
Stephanie J. Block, did you vote? Because where are you originally from? Are you like in your homes? Like, where do you vote? Like, what state?
Well, now, because I switched right quick, like when we got to California, knowing that we were going to be here through November, before we had a mattress to sleep on, Sebastian and I were there making sure our paperwork was in order, making sure our signatures were on file, and we walked our ballot in the place where, I'm not going to say exactly where we are, but the place where we were our vote's going to count. Where we are, our vote is going to count. I know California as a whole is a blue state, but our little pocket, I think we're going to make a little difference here. And I think us just being here and speaking our truth and speaking our experience and wearing shirts such as these, it just makes it different. I'm not usually that person that's got the bumper sticker or wears the swag to my beliefs or my ethics, but it seemed important, especially where we are now. It sparked conversations, and again, that's all we could really hope for, right? With the letters and the phone calls and in-person conversations. With my Ruth Bader Ginsburg mask on, I think people know where I stand.
Pretty obvious. And before you go, I just want to show you how iconic you are on Broadway. The comments, you have a Trina, you have her playing Edwin Drood is iconic, and you have Stephanie was my first Elphaba on Broadway. She was flawless.
I was at Falsettos on election night in 2016.
Whoa! 4 years later.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was something I will never forget, because the very next day with Trina's song, right? The first line is, "I'm tired of all the happy men who rule the world. They grow," of that I'm sure. "They grow, but don't mature." And when I sang that line the day after the election, the gasp and the tears and then the applause, like it just was this communal understanding that we were about to embark on something really rocky, almost like, how did we end up here? And I got to tell you, today, I know this whole thing is trying to keep our anxiety at bay, but I have this strange, my heart feels similarly. It's like, how after 4 years are we finding a race that is still so close? We've got a nation that seems to be living in two different worlds, and I have to only hope for the best of humanity and vote that hope. That's what we did.
I'll vote the hope.
Vote the hope, lady.
I love it.
Thank you, Stephanie J. Block. We will see you as we always do very soon.
Vote
Say hi to
the hope.
Sebastian and Vivi. Bye, lady. So before we go, because we're about to start Brenda Braxton's full hour.
Lady Braxton. Yes.
We want to bring up what I always like to say is an up-and-coming musician, trying to give him a chance to break into business. Please welcome the youthful Mr. Itzhak Perlman.
Nice to see you.
Hi, Itzhak. How you doing?
I am doing good. Thank you very much. I think since last time we spoke, I haven't moved from this chair, I'm still there. It's been like a month or something. I'm still here. That's what you call quarantine, that you just don't move any place. It's called the Statue of Liberty quarantine.
Mr. Perlman, are you voting? I don't even know. Are you a dual citizen, Israel and America?
Yes, I already voted with my wife by mail. We voted about 2 months ago already.
Wow, I love it.
We were truly early.
Okay, before, I brought you on this last second, but I was looking at a clip of you because we were discussing this the last time. This is your brilliant violin playing. Why, when you play fourth finger, I don't see any strain. It's just so comfortable. When I play fourth finger, it is killing me.
Well, it's because I'm talented and you're not. So it's very, very simple, I mean, I hope that I'm trying to be transparent here. No, you're probably doing something wrong. I don't know what it is, but I need to probably teach you for maybe several lessons, like 4 times a week to release this tension.
Okay,
Don't tease him. Don't tease him. He'll take you up on that. In a heartbeat.
I'm going to show you I'm going to show this clip. There's so many, but you're so relaxed in this, and you're doing double. First of all, you begin with spiccato. I'm obsessed with spiccato, which means off the string. I'm obsessed with spiccato, but it's all these thirds, and you're just completely like, if there's no stress, I'd be like, how am I going to literally get this in tune? So panicked. Are you do you take a lot of Valium before you perform or Xanax?
No. It's a question of scales. Did you practice scales when you were a kid?
Yeah, actually I did. Well, I hate that on the violin. You have to play like a G whole note forever and then an A whole. It's so boring.
Yeah, but you have to also practice, when you practice scales, you practice double stops. Also, it's not just like for the bow, it's for the left hand and so on.
Oh God. Okay, well let's watch how chill Itzhak Perlman is when he plays.
Not bad. I think it was okay.
It's so clean. My only question is, as I was watching, I was going, I can't stand that stupid classical tradition where you're not allowed to clap after first movement. And the entire audience clapped after the first movement. I love that. Don't you agree? Aren't people allowed to clap after every movement?
Well, look, Tchaikovsky concerto after the first movement is very, very much appreciated because I always say that it gets to be more and more difficult as you get towards the end of the movement. And so as a result, first of all, it gives you a chance to rest a little bit for those extra 3 or 4 seconds, and the thing like that. I'm never one to complain about it. Sometimes what I complain about is then when you play a sonata, let's say by Beethoven, and you have a very, very beautiful slow movement that finishes kind of quietly, and then everybody starts to clap. So that's a little bothersome. So what I usually say is I say, ladies and gentlemen, I just had after intermission, I say, I just had a conversation with Mr. Beethoven, and he would love it if not to change the mood of the piece. You should avoid clapping after the slow movement. And I told him I don't care, but it comes from him. He asked me to tell this to you. They usually kind of appreciate that because I'm out of it. It has nothing to do with me. It's just Mr. Beethoven. So
that's why you travel with a Ouija board. Thank you, Mr. That's a 70s reference. You didn't grow up in America.
You lost me on that one.
It's a 70s reference. You have to Ouija board is how you speak to the
right. Gotcha.
Thank you. Yeah. Mr. Perlman, it's so amazing to see you yet again. Thank you for supporting democracy. We will bring you back to Stars in the House, and we're going to deconstruct your Mendelssohn next.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Here's hoping. Thank you, Mr. Perlman.
Bye-bye.
How amazing was that? So amazing to see him. And now, speaking of amazing, we are bringing in one of our favorite co-hosts.
Yes. Well, first, before we hand it over to Lady Braxton, we need to remind people that, of course, this is for the Actors Fund. And Jonah Verdon created this amazing poster, Vote-A-Thon, that if you donate $100 or more to the Actors Fund, you will receive a poster signed by me and Seth after the election, after we get a little bit of sleep, like everyone else who's been on the show.
Yes.
I feel like basically everyone has gotten up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, I know. So we have Brenda Braxton hosting this, and we have, by the way, one of my favorite singers will be here this hour, the amazing Melissa Errico.
Well, Lady Braxton,
I'm sure. I think Brenda Braxton's there. I think Brenda's doing one of her dramatic entrances.
Dramatic entrance. Then, my God, then go for it, Seth. Bring her on.
So, and if I'm wrong, then I'll be busted. But please welcome.
I'm sure you're right.
Our host for the hour, Ms. Brenda Braxton.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I am so happy to be here with you, James and Seth. I am just so Seth, I'm speaking. Okay, I'm speaking. Excuse me. Thank you. So I'm happy to be here with you. This is going to be an amazing, James. I'm speaking. Okay, I'm speaking. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so I am happy to be here today, to be with you for this wonderful hour and have Melissa Errico. Oh my goodness, her voice is just, Seth, don't even think about, no, close it.
Watch this.
Sitting up. Ah! Hi, guys.
We're taking the time off. We're going to go watch you while we eat. I feel like we're on MSNBC and the hosts are like saying goodbye, and all of that. So we hand it over to you.
Thank you. I love you guys so much.
Go back.
We love you too.
Your hair. Bye.
I know. I'm keeping the pearls on, though.
Good.
Bailey for the pearls. Yeah. Hi, all. Brenda Braxton here. I thought I was finished with Stars in the Host. Okay, but I'm not because we got stuff to do. Okay, so I'm here for an hour while James and Seth get a little nosh and a little rest and everything. They have done an amazing job for today. Oh my goodness. I am on needles and pins. Oh my goodness, but we got this, all right? We got this today during this pandemic. Okay, we got it. So I think my first guest is going to be Melissa Errico, and then my second guest is Tony Yazbeck, and then my third guest is my girlfriend, Sonia Aline, because basically all of my Stars in the House have been about Act Two, now what? People moving on and just seeing what's happening now in their life, because this is truly an act. Oh, I see you, Melissa! And this is truly our Act Two. So we're going to kind of tie all of that in with my third guest, Sonia Aline, who has written a book about kicking ass at work. And it's wherever you go, we're going to have to kick some ass. Oh, I said ass. That's all right. Jennifer said pussy today. Jennifer Lewis said that word. That's all right. Your president said it too. So anyway, so let's move on. Melissa, where are you, girl?
You remind me of Dolly Parton when someone said, "How long does it take for you to do your hair?" And she says, "I don't know. I'm never there."
That's a good one.
You never heard that.
It was like, oh, let me do my hair. Oh, no. Okay, all right. Well, fine. Melissa girl.
Hi,
We
hi.
haven't seen each other or in a long time, right?
I know, but you know that I'm enjoying you on Facebook and I'm laughing away and just you're amazing. And
I try to bring the happy, the laughter because
oh,
Lord
you sure
knows,
do.
everything is like right now, but it's coming back up. Do you feel it?
That it's coming back up?
Yes.
Well, I always feel good. I always feel good when I sing. I always feel good when I see you and Seth and my peers. It makes me feel like things are normal. Do I think the world is going back up? I don't really know.
I know. I try to bring that up.
Yeah, but I do feel good, and I feel like we do something good here in this channel with Seth, and it gives us a chance to see each other. And I did just vote. My kids are on online school upstairs. I have 3 children, and I did go and vote today, so I feel energized. It feels so good to vote. I must say, it is. It just feels so good, and I never felt so satisfied and so driven as I did. When I was voting for Obama, I was 9 months pregnant with twins. And it was November, and they were born in November. Their birthday is about to happen, and I was enormous. And I was living in Soho, in New York City, and I saw the line right around the block, and I just didn't even consider it. I was so huge. My ankles were big, and I just walked to the front of the line without even asking. I just walked to the front of the line, signed up.
Pregnant lady.
I voted and just hobbled home, and no one said a word, and I felt so good, and I felt like I had the future in my stomach. I carried the future, and I just felt so determined. I felt so I wasn't going to miss the chance to vote, even if I was, not able normally to get from room to room.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so election day is empowering, if not, comforting this year. Yeah.
Now, your act 2, this is kind of sort of your act 2 as well, because you took time off to be a mom, a wife, a house person, housekeeper, whatever the proper word for it is now. But now you're kind of getting back into it. I mean, even with the pandemic, you're still trying to get back into,
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, in the last 5 years, really, I never really took official time off. It was, that's how it's perceived. But I was doing White Christmas when the twins were born, and I've done an off-Broadway play actually every year since the children were born. And I've considered myself kind of a very busy performer. But I was on The Nick, and I was on Billions. So I have been actually doing things. But like you and I you're used to seeing me kicking my butt 8 shows a week and under great pressure. So no, I haven't been under the same kind of pressure that we were when we both, came up. And so it is kind of another chapter. What really happened for me was that I went into making my own music, and then I was asked to write essays. I wrote for the New York Times about 5 or 6 times this year. The actor's life. What is it like to age as an actor? I wrote a piece right away on aging that revolved around Yip Harburg's play that addressed racism, Finian's Rainbow. So that was my first piece, and it was a bold piece about being in my 40s and still playing the ingenue, which I was doing in off-Broadway ways. And so I was starting to write my own concerts. So what I would have to say in short about this chapter 2 for an actor is to take more ownership and more authorship over your career. And concert world really opened up to me. My Sondheim album changed my life. I mean, it put me on the road. It got me connected with Ted all over the world, Paris and London. And we were busier than ever. But it was in a concert that I wrote that was about Stephen Sondheim's work from a certain perspective. So so motherhood has changed me in some ways, insofar as I haven't been able to go out at night 8 shows a week, but I've been able to go out and be sort of a nightclub singer and a mom. So I have a dual life. You may not entirely know that, but I have a kind of dual life as a gypsy and as a Westchester mom. I will come home from my concerts, and like you, I will take my hair off and I'll just leave it on the kitchen table for them to see at breakfast. I think it's good for them. They're like, "Oh, mom had a show last night."
Reality.
I put my lashes on a dish and my hair, and I'm in bed. So they're not being raised really by Betty Crocker by any means.
But I did see you cooking at one point. I did see a video of that.
Well, I was cooking during the pandemic, which was really just an ironic series series that I've created another Instagram series now called How Do We Go On Singing? I would love to have you on. Michael McElroy was just on. Claudia Acuna, the Latin singer who just was nominated for Best Jazz Album, first female in that category. This was my latest guest. I have wonderful guests. So IGTV has now taken a little bit more of a interview turn, but you are right. The second that the pandemic hit, I realized I had never made dinner.
Wow.
I have 3 children, but I mean, I barely make dinner.
Right,
so
right.
I started a cooking show called The Honest Cook. And the subtitle is Learn to Cook as the Host Does Too. And so I was like reading the recipe, like, what is a chicken? I do everything upside down. Where do you put the temperature? Getting angry, dropping things. So you might enjoy that. That's called The Honest Cook, also on IGTV. So I just took to Instagram when people were mostly scared out of their minds. And it was my intuition with my husband sick with the coronavirus in the basement, my children home. I thought it would give my family some normalcy if I turned on the lights and said, Mommy has a show.
Yep. Wow.
And so we had a cooking show, and the twins had a twins takeover, and they made mac and cheese really badly. You must watch that episode. It is hilarious.
Oh my God.
And I often sang on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So,
People
I made it fun.
So many things to do.
I made it fun.
Normally do. Yes.
I made it fun, but I was making fun of myself because I felt like Private, Chef Benjamin, like I'd been drafted to the cooking corps and I had no experience. I was like in sequins with an apron, like, well, wait a minute, I can sing Sondheim, but I can't make poulet. I don't know what that, So I had fun with the girls, and my husband got well. And, then I focused on giving them a great summer. And did a lot of live streaming and teaching at HB Studios. I have wonderful students, and writing for the Purist magazine. I wrote a long story about our family's experience with the coronavirus.
Yeah.
And I did a concert with Seth.
On that. Yes. Oh my goodness.
Seth is keeping me busy. We love making music. I'm going to sing for you today. Seth always wants me to sing.
Yeah.
From the computer, because he trusts me that I'll know how to turn all this on.
We have all learned so many social skills with computers and Zoom.
I know.
And all of that. Yeah.
Your shows are wonderful on Facebook. It's so wonderful. I wrote to you. I mean, I laugh so hard. You are so smart and funny.
Oh, thank you.
I adore you. I adore you.
Thank you. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to tell a little story. I don't even know if you remember this, and then we'll get to your song. So I think this was when we first met. We did a workshop together. I can't even remember the name of the workshop, but you were the princess.
Of course.
I was.
I'll be in my 50s at some point. I'll still be the princess. We got to work on this, Brenda.
But it was so funny because I played kind of like your handmaiden. And it was so funny because I was the handmaiden that was kind of like over it all. The princess wants what? Okay, I'll go get it for the princess. And then at one point we had a break, and you said, oh my God, I need to go pee. And I said, okay, the princess needs to pee. And we all laughed. We had so much fun on that. I got to remember the name of
I'm trying to think. Was it Triumph of Love? Was it for the roundabout? Yeah. But I can't remember a day in my career in which you weren't a part of it. I don't think I wouldn't recognize my love of show business without you in it. You are part of the circus I set out to join.
Oh, yes.
Join the circus. So if I see you, I know I'm good.
Yes, we are all still good. So
Yeah.
what are you singing for us today?
Well, what I wanted to sing for you is something unusual. And this is, again, Brenda, this is something that, I was always an art history major and always a little heady or intellectually oriented. I'm always interested in songs that were cut in history, music history. I wanted to sing for you the reprise of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which Judy Garland sang in the Witch's Castle, and it was cut from the movie. So I thought I'll sing for you a song that was cut from The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
And I thought it would be good because, as I just mentioned, I have worked a lot on Yip Harburg's work, doing Finian's Rainbow many times, which was a very important show, the first show where black and white actors shared dressing rooms or the stage in 1946, a groundbreaking show. And he also, of course, then went on to write The Wizard of Oz. Now, Yip Harburg is a really great person for us to conjure, I think, on election day. He was an immigrant with a dream of a better America. And, this song is not just a song for Kansas, or rather, it's a perfect song for Canvas, but it rises from New York. The song is written by a cantor's son, Harold Arlen, and a boy that was born, Isidore Hochberg, that's Yip Harburg. And he lived on the Lower East Side. So Dorothy is in Kansas. Yes, the song is about a girl in Kansas. We all know that. And she's wishing for a more beautiful world. But the energies that drive the song come from the Lower East Side. They come from a cantor's son and an immigrant boy. So it's really a song, yes, of prairie hope, but it's also a song of tenement wishes, of America, So I really love this song and I wanted to sing it for you. And just everyone loves, we're seeing all these wonderful actresses who have played the witch and the Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz never tires of teaching us because it really is a whole story about self-shaping. The Emerald City, it looks emerald, but it's only because you got green glasses on. The wizard there is no wizard, right? The Scarecrow is smarter than he's allowed to think himself. And the Tin Man, he does have a heart. So I think what I wanted to say to you today and everybody was that we're not who we're told that we are, that we are who we choose to be. And that is what, for me, that's what democracy is all about. So without much more, I guess now I'll try to figure out my computer. And this is, for me, a universal song of hope. And so second chapters for ourselves, but chapters and chapters for everyone I think are at stake these days. So let's go to Oz.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are about to hear Miss Melissa Errico.
I must say, because I travel so much with Ted Firth, this is Ted Firth on the piano.
Awesome.
When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find
Bluebirds fly over the rainbow. Why? Then oh, why can't I? Someday I'll wake and rub my eyes, and in that land beyond the skies, you'll find me. I'll be a laughing daffodil and leave the silly cares that fill my mind behind me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why? Then oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Wow, 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 wow. Oh my God, Melissa, your voice is just amazing. How you do that in your living room, I do not know. I don't know. Not everyone can do that. Ladies and gentlemen, Melissa Errico. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed those lyrics too, right?
Absolutely.
Someday I'll wake and rub my eyes, and in that land beyond the skies, you'll find me.
Absolutely.
I'll be a laughing daffodil and leave the silly cares that fill my mind behind me.
Absolutely.
I wish, huh? Thank you for everything, and I'll see you again soon, okay?
Yes, you will. Absolutely. Thank you. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful for a day like today, right? I hope it kind of took your mind off of stuff a little bit, just a little bit. That's what I'm here to do. Try and take your mind off of some stuff, okay? Off of the pandemic, off of voting, off of all of that. Oh, all right, so next we have Mr. Tony Yazbeck. Oh my God. How are you, handsome?
How are you?
Doing?
We're hanging by a thread over here. You know?
I know. Now, where are you exactly? Are you in New York?
No, we're in Westchester.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we moved up here about 4 years ago, and we have our little island, our little quarantined little piece of land up here, and we've been hanging out ever since March 12th. It's been crazy.
Oh. Now, have you been able to work or do a couple of things? I know Seth probably has you busy. As he does.
I'm always trying to work on something. It's tough right now. I mean, there's not much going on, but there's always ways to give back. There's a lot of charities happening right now, especially around the holidays. There's a lot of concert work happening, even if it's Zoom or it's pre-recorded. Things are happening. I do a concert with Laura this Saturday at Caramore, so they're recording it and then they'll throw it to the public, I guess, a week or two later. And so things like this happen, but it's a bizarre time.
Yes,
and it's especially as a dancer too. Just keeping in shape and being in your own home and going, okay, don't just get up and sit on the couch and look at the news. Like you got to get going. You got to get that body moving.
Absolutely.
So it's been an interesting time. But
yep, absolutely. And like you said, for a dancer to try and keep that body going, I bought one of those exercise mirrors. I don't know if you can see it right over there. Yeah, and it's really good for putting your makeup on and You
You're
know?
like, I spent a lot of money for that little
For that.
man.
But sometimes that's what you need. I walk past and I go, oh, okay, that's better. And then that's it,
I exercise. I look good. I look great.
I look good without the exercise.
That's right.
Okay. But what do you do? What is your day like now? I mean, it's so different for all of us.
Look, my wife Katie and I, we have our son who's 3.5. His name is Leonard, and so it's kind of all about that. I mean, everybody who has kids knows it's a little bit not about you ever. So, but we've been really blessed. I mean, I'm just grateful that the biggest silver lining in all of this is taking the time for family, taking the time for friends. I even caught myself thinking about friends I haven't talked to in years and calling them up recently, being like, what are you doing? Or how are you going through this? And it's sad that before this happened, we
were just going. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we weren't as connected. And if there's anything good that's come out of this, it's just we're spending much more time. And I found that even the days are slower in good ways, just being able to spend time with my son outdoors or having a meal together as a family and not having to be rushed out the door to go to a show or go to work. I mean, that's nice. But at the same time, gosh, we'd love to see an end in sight. So who knows? We just got to get through this winter, Brenda. We got to get through
I know. We will. I really have faith that we will. There's going to be a big change coming. I just feel it. And it's for the better. I really, really feel that. During this time, I found a little thing called a nap, and sometimes you need a nap. And I never used to take a nap.
You never do that. You never take naps. If you have a job, you're like, I got an hour and a half between shows. I'll take it. That's about it. Brenda, the first time I think I ever saw Chicago was when you were playing Velma Kelly.
Oh.
I'm sitting up there with a friend of mine in the mezzanine, and I'm just going, I love the show. I want to do it someday. And God damn it, I got there, and I finally got to play Billy Flynn, but because of you and the people on that stage that, man, it was just such a good show. You were so great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us today. Now, were you an early voter or how did you do that?
We were. We went to the polls a couple of days ago and I brought my son and he knows what's weird. It's crazy how kids are getting earlier and earlier in their age of knowing what's happening around them. Probably just because of social media and the screens. But he knows who's running and he knows who he's voting for. And he's a little comedian. So we got out of the polling place and we walked outside. And I'm not going to say, who he decided he wanted to vote for, but he said he wanted to put somebody in jail. That's what he said. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, then. Out of the mouths of babes.
Well, we're teaching them good. We're teaching them young.
Yeah.
So we can only cross our fingers and just keep praying and, don't be too glued to your screen. Have a drink, relax, but stay close to your families today,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Turn off the TV for a minute,
You need it. It's going to be the same thing for a while today. Just, tune into Stars in the House and
yay. Awesome. Well, thank you, Tony, so much for joining us.
It's so good to see you, Brenda. Thanks for having me.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's so cool. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, he's so cute. Damn him. He's so damn cute. Okay, now, so again, I always talk about my Act 2 Now What back in 2015. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. You've all heard this probably before. I didn't have any money, finally got a new job with Norwegian Cruise Line. But right before that happened, I wanted to start this organization called Act 2 Now What. And it actually started for women over 50 because I realized there were women over 50 who I don't want to say they were lost. But, after 50, the world starts talking to you and treating you.
Hey, Brenda, I hate to interrupt, but we have a special guest for you.
Oh, damn.
Surprise guest, a friend of yours, Miss BB Newer.
I can't. Hi, baby. Hi, princess.
Hello, Duchess.
How are you, my girl? Oh my God.
Speaking of women over 50 who may or may not be lost.
Yeah. That's perfect timing, right? How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see you, and I'm so glad you're here on this day. So glad that James and Seth are doing this today. And
yes, for the wonderful Actors Fund, which you had a big part in the Actors Fund, didn't you? Because we talked
I've been on their board of trustees for a really long time. Maybe like 15 years almost or something. I was still doing Chicago, and Joe Benincasa came over and said, "Do you want to be on the board?" And I thought, well, I guess I have a suit. I could be on a board of trustees.
You have a suit.
But so I've been, and I thought, well, okay, I'll try. I don't know what I have to offer. And I tell you, for the last however many years it's been, I've sat at those board meetings and watched the wisdom of those people on the board, and the wisdom of their heart, and the wisdom of their minds, and their creative thinking to help everyone in the performing arts and entertainment all across the country. And, this is sound operators in Michigan and opera singers in Tulsa. And, this is ushers, this is everybody.
Everyone, yes.
And then after my first hip replacement.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's very traumatic and very painful and emotionally traumatic, for anybody. And then for dancers, because we are our bodies. I thought we need to do something at the Actors Fund that is specifically for dancers. And I was inspired by Phyllis Newman, because Phyllis Newman started the Phyllis Newman's Women's Health Clinic there. And I thought, let's do something like that for dancers. And I went to my friend Tom Viola, who runs Broadway Cares, and I said, Tom, I think we need to do something for dancers there. Can we have a program like Phyllis does? And he said, I think it's a great idea, and Broadway Cares will give you the seed money. And so we started the Dancers Resource as part of the Actors Fund, and it helps dancers in all of their unique particular problems. Yeah, it's a portal for dancers to find out about the Actors Fund and all of the services that they have. But we also have confidential, completely super secret groups where injured dancers can come together and deal with their, the emotional trauma.
Yeah,
it's kind of like group therapy for injured dancers, and it's just fantastic. Completely confidential, very, very helpful.
Awesome.
Am I talking? Am I rambling?
No. It's a good ramble because people need to know about it.
I think so. Just wind me up. And so I'm very, very glad to continue to spread the word for all of the good that the Actors Fund does. And we do have a particular program for dancers. We also have career transition for dancers is back.
Yes. I love that. I love it, because there is life after dancing.
Oh,
there can be life after dancing. Yes.
And CTFD, Career Transition for Dancers, is the only program at the Actors Fund that gives out scholarships. And we have now started a scholarship called the Alexander Dubé Scholarship, which gives a very substantial amount of money. And we gave out our first scholarship last night at the gala to a fellow who is in medical school. So when you say dancers can do anything,
absolutely.
Javier Baca, he's going to medical school and being helped by CTFD.
Awesome. I love it. And you know what? This is a perfect transition into my next guest, because we think about, what is my next dance thing that I can do, or my next show I can do as my transition? But it doesn't have to be a show. It can be your own business. It can be anything else. And the reason I have my next guest on is because I have her book. It's called I Kick Ass at Work. But I was going through the book, and it can be for anything. And it's literally a journal. It's a journal that you can keep track of. Okay, some of us are our own brand. So we've got to keep our brand going some kind of way. You know, the way a lot of corporate people think about their work and work ethic and things like that, we have to get that kind of mindset too, because it is a little different than we are so full. Okay.
Well, I'm such a just tell me where to go and what to do.
Right.
Tell me where to go, and then I'll do the steps, and then I'll go and fly from there. So
exactly.
I need to read.
So again, back in 2015, I want to bring this full circle again. Back in 2015, I did my first seminar called Act Two, Now What? Yep. And it was women over 50. And we just all got together and talked about the issues of women over 50. Some of the women were dancers who were making transitions again. Some were just kind of, where do I go from here? Because again, the world kind of looks at you as the forgotten woman. Once you get, you got to pull your face and your head and everything behind your neck and all of that. So Jonah, can you just give a little bit of that video that I have?
Be Braxton, healing the world. Get it. Cold places, act to its own. Yeah. Be wise, be strong, be beautiful. Carry that crown like you know it's indisputable. We work hard, we walk in purpose. Yeah. We know what it takes, fuse in the high places. We make a difference, we get what we want. Yeah. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
Yes. We had a wonderful day that day. And it was amazing to see how women came into the seminar and how they left the seminar. They felt so empowered. Mm-hmm. And my next guest, she used to work for Black Enterprise magazine. And that's how I met her when I opened B. Braxton. And she was one of the first publications that did an interview on B. Braxton's. And she has since left Black Enterprise and left another job to go out on her own, and she published her book. So Sonia Aline, where are you?
I am here.
Yes. Sonia, baby, Sonia.
Hi.
Oh my God. Thank you, Sonia. It's kind of hard to hear. Jonah, are we good with the sound? Nope, you're off now. You're completely off, Sonia. Yeah.
How's that?
Is that better?
Much better. Much better?
Yes.
Yay. Okay.
So, oh my goodness, Sonia Aline, we have been friends since what, 2006? BB and I, since the world began.
Yeah.
Oh my God, since the world began. But it's amazing how all of this ties in together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sonia, your book is so wonderful as a workbook.
Thank you.
Workbook. And I was looking at a few things, and one thing I did mention was about your brand, and also about network, about building your own network. And this is what we have right here, if you think about it.
Absolutely.
Today is an amazing day. We all went out and voted, but actually now what is about moving forward as well.
Right.
Because no matter what happens today, oh, Jesus.
No matter what happens today.
No matter what happens, we all have to move forward.
That's right. Where there's breath, there's life.
Where there's breath, there's life.
And there's opportunity.
So your book kind of speaks to that, speaks to new breath, new opportunity, how we have to show up in our new lives, how we have to maneuver no matter what is going to happen, how we Can y'all be quiet out there, please? I'm working.
New York City living. Yeah.
Bring it down. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's better. So
it's a lot like what Melissa said. It's about ownership and authorship, right? So we're always telling our story. We're always showing up as our story. And so this book was really about owning that, right? Yeah. So if you're going to move forward and venture into these new opportunities, then you really have to be able to own your story and know how you want to share it and know how you want to impact the world. Because every time we step outside, every time we show up, we're impacting someone. And this is just saying we're going to own that. We're going to own it, and we're going to direct it the way we need to direct it.
Wow. Which is what women have done for this election as well.
Right.
Women have, they have been owning a lot of stuff this past year. I am so proud to be a woman. Now, Sonia, what actually got you thinking about doing a book like I Kick Ass at Work, which is?
Well, it was interesting. Yes, thank you. I'm so proud of that. Yeah. So I was at corporate. I'm a creative person who was working in a corporate job that I hated. And but I was kind of looking around me, and I was watching a lot of the men who were there kind of like taking ownership of what they wanted to do. And even when I interviewed people, I would ask them, what's the story you want to tell when you leave here? What do you want your resume to look like? What do you want your LinkedIn to look like? And I was sitting at my desk beating myself up saying, you know what, like, have I really done the work that I could do here? What's the story that I'm going to tell? And I decided to take out a piece of paper and write down some of my accomplishments. And 2 pages later, I was like, I kick ass at work. And it was in that moment that I realized, like, here it is, I'm beating myself up because I was in a fast-paced environment, right? And I think what happens with a lot of us, to make this broader than corporate, is that we just do. We're checking things off the list. We're hitting deadlines. We're finishing things, and we never really take time to say, like, this is what I've done. This is what I've accomplished. This is what I've contributed to whatever. And so when I took the time, only because I was beating myself up, and I saw all that I had accomplished, I was just like, why? Like, I am a valued contributor to this organization, and I should feel better about myself, even if the organization doesn't, right? I should be able to feel strong and good about who I am and how I'm participating. And so then I thought, well, if I'm feeling like this, I know a number of other women might be feeling like this as well. And so it's 2 parts. It's actually, the book is 3 parts. The first part is all the tactical information that you need to understand about working. But then the second part is the journal. And I think it's important for us to journal and look at how we operate in the world, because it's information for us. And so what I like to tell my mentees is, if you see certain things happening over and over and over again, then it may not be the job, right? It may be you. Like, if you are always undersalaried and always undertitled, then it may not be the industry. It may be how you're showing up or your feelings of self-worth. And then this is a time for you to sit and reassess those things. And then the second part, or the third part, is really about documenting your successes as they happen. Because what we know is the further away you get away from an accomplishment, the less detail you remember about that. And so you have to own all of that, right? So that you can tell your story and so that you can feel good about yourself. And so that's what I realized when I started really making my LinkedIn profile a living document, or my resume a living document. Then I felt really strong about, like, who I say I am. Because it's not until you start to document these things, you're just like, yeah, like, I did do that. I do have that skill set. I am strong in this area. And so that's what I want. I really want women to be able to take charge, to own it, and to feel good about where the things that they do really well, but also own the places where they sabotage themselves as well.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
I have a feeling you know the answer to this. Why do you think, I'm so struck by, it seems like what you're saying is that we should show up authentically and own our own powers and talents and what we have to offer. But it seems like women frequently apologize for themselves and apologize. I mean, there's imposter syndrome, of course, but there's also, it's like, oh, I know the answer to that, but and then we qualify it somehow. There's some kind of apologizing going on. What do you think about that?
It's how we were socialized, right? So about, particularly women over 50. I don't think younger women struggle with this as much, but when you think about what your mother told you was ladylike and how women are supposed to show up in public and what's acceptable for a woman, not like, I know in my household, we took those rules very seriously. And so we weren't supposed to brag. We were supposed to be modest, and we weren't supposed to be loud. We were supposed to be, and even, growing up in our household, children were seen and not heard. And so I think all of these things, we were told to work really hard at school. And so we did those things. And we could see the payment for those things. Because if you worked really hard at school, you get the good grades, you'd be on the dean's list, you get the scholarships, all of those things. And then we got into the world and just figured to work really, really hard. I mean, interestingly enough about this whole political season too, it's like Hillary thought the same thing. Like, all I got to do is work really hard, and they'll recognize who I am as a professional. And men don't do that. Men are, it's interesting because I did have the opportunity to talk to a political strategist who had worked with the Clintons. She said, if we identify a woman or people, and we go to them and we say, you know what, particularly for a woman, if they go to a woman and say, there are 5 things that we think will make you a strong candidate, and you have 4 of them. A woman undoubtedly will go back and say, well, let me go work on this 5th thing and I'll be back. They could go in and say, you have 3 of the 5 things that would make you a really strong candidate. And she said their response was usually like, when do we get started? Like, I'm here, let's go. So it's kind of how we've been socialized. And so it's being aware of that, and then now making the changes, and then feeling comfortable with the changes, because sometimes it still doesn't feel comfortable to say I in a meeting. Like, for years, I would always say we, even if I created it and I developed it, I would say we. I've never worked with men who said we. They all say I. This is what I did. And not to draw these strict lines. Like, we all know that there are men who struggle with this, and there are women who are much better at telling their stories. But it's really how we've been socialized, and then just realizing that it's okay to change the narrative and to start to own the narrative, and to kind of live to step into the lives that we want to create and live for ourselves.
Wow.
It's great.
Oh my God. I've got 2 amazingly strong women here with me. Oh my God. Ladies, I just want to thank you. Now, Sonia, where can we find your book? We're
now on Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
So, Amazon.com and HunterPublishingGroup.com. That's the publishing house. But yes, thank you for the opportunity to share this with everyone. Yeah,
absolutely.
If we go to our independent bookstores and ask them for that book, do you think they would be able to get it for us?
They would be able to get it. That's great. Yeah, because we do need to support these smaller bookstores. Yeah, like some of them are really struggling. So it's I would love to be in the smaller books. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go to my local independent bookseller for that.
Oh, that's great. That is great. Absolutely.
Oh, this is awesome. So this is what Act 2 Now What is all about. It's about what's next. It's about us helping each other. It's about where do we go from here? And I can't thank you, ladies, enough for joining me today on this amazing, amazing day. Thank you so much. Bibi, you are a surprise. Oh my God. And we have to help each other. We have to help each other. No matter what happens after this day, ladies, we have to uplift each other. We really, really do. And at some point, I will let you know when I start Act 2 Now What again. I'm going to try and do seminars online just to help women in that next phase of their lives. We can help each other. So, all right, ladies, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right, everyone. Thank you for this hour. I'm going to leave you with a wonderful video that I saw the other day. Keep loving. Keep the faith, stay focused, stay as happy as you can. Be careful in this pandemic, y'all, because it's not over, all right? Make sure you take care of each other. Until next time, bye.
many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. War is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, picket lines and picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Ooh, what's going on? What's going on?
Father, 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 everybody thinks we're wrong. Oh, who are they to judge us just because our hair is long?
You know we've got to find a way, bring some understanding here today. Oh, picket lines and picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see, oh, what's going on? Ooh, what's going on?